people on the special teams of the Giants, and one of them, Butch Woolfolk, is back to get the kickoff. He did this in his rookie year, and he has been pressed into service here again as the Giants attempt to get a little spark going. And this is Franklin, the Barefoot boy, kicking it off. Hope you enjoy the game from Veterans Stadium, and here we go. A line drive, and it is still one of the wingmen, John Tuggle. He's to the 10, to the 15, 20, 25, and down at about the 28-yard line. So a pretty good start. A flag has been thrown on the opening kickoff. And it's a call against the Giants on the kick return.
You know, one thing that's very important, I think we can look for, Jack, I think 90% of the time, the team that kicks off usually scores first. Let's see if that happens today.
And the reason for that, Hank, as the ball is moved back all the way to the 8-yard line, they've got a long way to go.
Well, the reason for it is that the field position usually winds up being so bad.
On a receiving team, number 10.
The call was against Brad Van Pelt. Here's the offense of the Giants. Scott Bruner with Butch Woolfolk and John Tuggle. Wide receivers Ernest Gray and John Missler. And up front, the tight end is Zeke Moat, Brad Benson, Billy Ard, Ernie Hughes, J.T. Turner, and Gordon King. The offensive line. Bruner under center, and this fellow's going to get a lot of work today. Butch Woolfolk carrying across the 10. Tackled by Wes Hopkins, the safety man, checking the defense of the Eagles. A three-man front with Dennis Harrison, Ken Clark, and Greg Brown starting at right end. Reggie Wilkes, Jerry Robinson, Anthony Griggs, and Joel Williams are the linebackers, and the deep backs find Ray Ellis getting a start today. Ronell Young, Herman Edwards, and the good hitter, Wes Hopkins, who made that last tackle. Woolfolk picked up 7. Misdirection play. And as Woolfolk carried, it didn't fool the Eagles very much, and Greg Brown made the play. We see so many backs, Hank, take one step in one direction, then come back the other way. What's that all about?
Well, that's a counterplay, Jack. There's only one back in the backfield, and the linebackers are flowing with the course of the remaining backs, so they try to take a step one direction to freeze the linebackers and then go away from the step. Plus the fact that the delay gives the off tackle and guard an opportunity to pull in front of the back and create some running room. That time they did not do that and didn't make any yards.
3rd and 3, trying to get a first down. Bruner over the middle to Missler. And it is complete, and it is a first down if we judge the forward progress correctly. Jerry Robinson, number 56, was the tackler. It's a first down for the Giants. They got just what they needed.
And that was a hot receiver. They look quickly. The quarterback and the tight end are in sync with each other. They know if they get an inside release, they're going to look for the ball quickly. The quarterback and the tight end were in tune that time, and they got the ball right on the money for the first down.
Now Floyd Eddings is in as a wide receiver. Gray is in motion. Woolfolk moves it up the middle. Out to the 25. And Bill Parcells, the New York coach, couldn't have been kinder when talking about Woolfolk last night.
And that's understandable. He is an outstanding back, and I think with the loss of Carpenter, he's going to get a lot more business, and he's got the ability to run. He's an especially good north-south runner. He's a goal line runner. Doesn't run outside as well as he does inside, but he has good vision and great balance and makes things happen whenever he carries the football.
He just picks up 7 out to the 25-yard line. Ray back in motion the other way, and there comes Woolfolk again. People, he's very close to a first down, but short. It'll be 3rd and 1. Greg Brown, the tackler, number 98 for the Eagles, and there's Bill Parcells. He has had a tough year. Let's watch the inside linebacker of Philadelphia, Jerry Robinson.
Jerry Robinson, number 56, used to be an outside linebacker. Now they play him inside. Number 56, look, he runs into the other linebacker, Anthony Griggs, but he takes a good pursuit angle, gets involved in a play. But you have to block Jerry Robinson if you're going to run the ball with any degree of success against this Philadelphia Eagle defense. He's a good one.
This is one the Giants would like to have Rob Carpenter in their lineup. He's on the injured reserve list, and it's 3rd and 1 to put in John Tuggle in the backfield with Butch Woolfolk and the 3 tight ends, including Malcolm Scott. Oh, it looks like the Giants didn't really get off the ball, and Woolfolk couldn't find a place to run. I think he's short, eh? That's only a guess.
Yeah, it's very close. but he didn't really get off the mark. He didn't have a place to run. But on that kind of a run, Jack, you can't do a Bojangles thing. You got to really get into the hole as quickly as you possibly can. Make a decision, right or wrong, and go.
I'm changing my mind. I think he made the first down by a couple of inches. They are measuring. Dennis Harrison with a stop along with Joel Williams. Giants trying to get their second first down of the day, and they did. So they'll keep the ball. And Woolfolk is in for a busy afternoon, isn't he?
He's liable to wear out a couple of pairs of shoes out here this afternoon if he runs as much as they would like for him to run.
Giants have had the ball for 3.5 minutes. That's what Scott Brunner has done this year. 8 touchdowns, 15 interceptions, and those were his career stats. But this year, 8 touchdowns, 15 interceptions. He's been sacked 19 times. First down pass, wide open, and another first down. Gray was under a full head of steam when Brunner hit him. The Giants have kept the ball now for almost 4 minutes. Herman Edwards with a hit for Philadelphia.
One thing that's very important when you play Philadelphia, they use a zone defense, which is kind of a soft defense. They want you to travel slowly. They're not going to give you anything big, and they just don't think you can ram the ball down the field 80 yards to score against them. They're going to give you that kind of stuff and then punish you after you make the catch.
It is first down at the 43. Woolfolk got 2 yards and then was driven back with very stout tackling, led by Dennis Harrison, Ray Ellis, and Wes Hopkins. That Harrison is a frequent Pro Bowler. He is 6'8", 275. How'd you like to have him come around and pay the rent? Collect the rent. You'd pay in advance, wouldn't you?
In a hurry is right, and he comes into the game with 11 sacks. He's a good one.
The ball is at the Giants, 45. They started back at their 8. Moak and Malcolm Scott are the 2 tight ends. Missler in motion. A pass by Brunner and a draw to Woolfolk. They covered it well. Ken Clark, the nose guard. Number 71 jammed it up, along with Greg Brown, 3rd and long, New York.
The nose man, you know, he's a guy that usually draws 2 blocks. Usually the block of the center and also the block of the guard. And if that's the case, if you waste 2 on the man on the nose, then of course a linebacker should be free. That time he worked himself free and was involved in the tackle. A great play by Ken Clark, number 71.
Eddings checks back into the New York lineup. 3rd down and 7. From the 47. 6 defensive backs for the Eagles. Drawn Philadelphia offside. The pass is incomplete. Are there any flags? I don't see any. I thought sure as heck the Philadelphia man was offside, didn't you? He must have timed it perfectly.
No, I didn't see it, Jack. I didn't notice it at all.
Okay, it's time for the Giants to punt. The pass went through the hands of Eddings, and it's 4th down. Jerry Robinson covering along with Wes Hopkins, and the kicker is one of the best athletes in the game, Dave Jennings. You see his seasonal average. And John Shira stands inside his 15. This telecast, presented by authority of the National Football League, it is intended for the private use of our audience. The rebroadcast or the use of this telecast without the express written consent of the Eagles and the National Football League is prohibited. Shira from the 11 is covered and hit. And downfield for the New York Giants was Lawrence Taylor, number 56. So the Eagles get the ball for the first time. There is no score. After a 42-yard punt, the Eagles are at their 13-yard line. The Giants kept the ball for almost 6 minutes, but had to punt. Hubie Oliver and Michael Williams are in their backfield. Williams is the tailback. Jaworski to Williams. Scoots outside. Needs a block. Mandel can't get him, and he's to the 20. He got 7 yards.
It's a flag in the play, though, Jack.
Mark Haynes up from the corner to make the stop on the play, and the penalty is against the Eagles. We watch it as Michael Williams out of Mississippi College carries the ball.
And they start with a counter play. He tries to run inside, but he winds up running outside and runs right around Van Pelt, number 10, who takes a bad pursuit angle. It gets a little bit too deep, and for that reason was not able to cut him off at the pass. But there's a penalty against Philadelphia on the play.
Back to
holding
their 6.
Offense, number 74.
Leonard Mitchell, number 74, one of the new starters for the Eagles, was caught holding. The offense, Ron Jaworski, Michael Williams, Hubie Oliver, the running backs. The exciting Glenn Young, a rookie, and Mike Quick are the wide receivers. Vito Cap, the tight end. Maraldi, Kenny, Morris, and Baker up front. Michael Haddix checks into the lineup as a wide receiver for the Eagles. The toss play comes from the 6 out across the 10.
Did you notice the great pursuit of the New York Giants that time? Everybody on the defense was over on the left side of the field, which means that somewhere along the line you ought to be able to run a reverse with good effect.
Artisan, Sally, and Leonard Marshall are up front. Good Giant linebackers. Van Pelt, Kelly, Carson back in the lineup, and Lawrence Taylor. And it's Haynes and Jackson on the corners, Courier and the rookie, a good rookie, Terry Kennard at the safety spot. 2nd down and 12. Williams, the lone setback. Jaworski with the delay, and the crowd was groaning even before Williams got the ball. Harry Carson hit it. You could hear the crowd even as the play was developing.
They started to squeak a little bit before the play developed, Jack. They kind of anticipated what was going to happen. And talking to Marion Campbell yesterday, we asked him about his approach for the game. He said, we're going to run. We're going to try to run, establish the run, go to play-action passes, and throw the ball from there. Talking to Jaworski, of course, he loved to be able to come off the bus and throw the football like all quarterbacks would like to.
He said, I'd like to throw the ball 40 times a game.
Montgomery, talking to him yesterday, he's in the game now, and he's in on long yardage situations with the hope that they can throw the ball. He have a one-on-one and be able to make some big plays.
Jaworski really stayed in the pocket, but the pass was incomplete. He tried to get it to Montgomery, and he was being well covered by Andy Hedden, the linebacker. And Leonard Marshall was in after Jaworski, so the Eagles have to punt. They never did make a first down. The Giants should be in good shape.
Yeah, if field position is so very important, and if you play on a shorter field than the opposition, normally you're going to win, and that's what usually happens.
That's Pete Shaw in place of Leon Bright, who didn't make the trip to Philadelphia. He's injured with his shoulder.
Yeah, can you imagine he's gone 3 years and 106 catches without calling a fair catch?
He did it once too often.
That's right. We thought he did it once too often last year in Detroit, remember? But he recovered from that. I'm sure from here on in that we're going to maybe see him call for an occasional fair catch.
A terrible kick by Runager, but he gets a good bounce. Shaw takes it, stays in bounds, gets down to the Eagle. Well, he stepped out at the 48-yard line. The Giants have the ball for the 2nd time. A 48-yard punt. Turned out pretty good. It is the Giants at the Eagle 48. Bigfoot Woolfolk running up the middle. He got 3, maybe 4. Ran into Dennis Harrison. The Eagles have had a terrible time stopping the run this year, all season long.
Yeah, they really have. That's really been their problem. Everybody brags about how well they're playing pass defense. Watch Benson, number 60, their left tackle. Pretty good surge, comes off the line of scrimmage and does a good job of blocking on at the point of attack.
2nd down and 7 as Woolfolk carried for 3.
Look at all the room in front of the defensive backs, Jack. They ought to be able to do some business over there.
Rimmer rolls left, looking for the short man, and he threw incomplete to the tight end Moy. Streaking downfield was Ernest Gray. Well, let's go to New York and join Brent. Thank you, Brent. As the Steelers look for their 10th win of the year, they're out in front. The Giants have had 3 first downs in this game, and it's 3rd and 7.
Field position is very important, but it's only important if you take advantage of it and get points.
Out of the shotgun. Bruner airs it deep, double coverage, and overthrown to Ernest Gray, who comes up moaning on the play, but the field judge said no. Bernard Wilson and Herman Edwards were back there with him. And Jennings comes onto the field for the second time.
Well, you really feel a sigh of relief when you give the ball to the opposition on the plus 47, and they come away without any points. Good job on the part of the Philadelphia Eagles and a bad job on the part of the Giants.
John Shira is back to get the kick. He's averaged almost 7 yards per punt return. 6:21 left in the first quarter, no score.
Well, let's see if Dave Jennings will try to kick the ball out of bounds left. He should. Try to kick it. There he does. He tries to kick it out of bounds to the left side. Gets a good kick.
And it rolls out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. It's out at the 13. A good kick by Dave Jennings. So the Eagles get the ball for the second time. 32-yard punt. At their 13-yard line. There's not much shaking here to this point. Like a couple of boxers trying to feel each other out.
Well, this would be a good time for a play-action fake pass with the Eagles to get them out of the soup and try to make something happen here.
Williams, the tailback. Behind you, the Oliver. Oliver, the upback, the fullback. Moves across the 15. Got 4. Out to the 17. Jerome Sally playing the nose. Made the tackle on the play. We have some scores of other games for you. Green Bay is out in front. Lynn Dickey to John Jefferson over Detroit. And a pass from Ken Anderson to Dan Ross. Cincinnati leads Houston. That's in the first quarter. And the Raiders go ahead of Buffalo. The Raiders with their 8-3 record trying to win number 9. 5 yards by Williams, who's now in motion, or by Oliver. And here he comes again. And there goes the flag as Oliver is nailed at the 19-yard line after a 1-yard gain. D. Hardison with a very good, strong tackle. The Giants have been torn up front with their defensive line.
Yeah, I was talking to Bill Parcells yesterday. 2 years ago, all the linemen that he had are now gone, so it's made a tremendous difference in the way that defense is played.
Let's see if they accept this procedure call against the Eagles.
Offense, illegal formation. They did not have an eligible receiver on the end of the line.
And the penalty is declined, evidently. The referee, Ben Grice, didn't tell us that. Now they're still talking about it. If they decline it, it'll be 3rd down and 5. Now they're going to take the penalty.
Offense, illegal formation.
Ben Wright, the referee. Tom Myers, the umpire. Dale Williams, the head linesman. Bill Reynolds, the line judge. Don Wedge, the back judge. Gary Lane is the side judge, and Ron Spittler is the field judge. 2nd down and 9 from the Eagles, 14. George Martin is in for New York. That helps them defensively. Problem with passes being dropped. That was the rookie Glenn Young, number 89, who dropped that one. It would have been a modest gain had he held it. It's 3rd and 9. You got to catch that ball, Hank.
Yeah, you got to make those kind of catches. It was catchable. It was a little low, but he still has to catch it. He evidently took his eyes off the ball, and for that reason dropped it.
Alvin Hoover is the wide receiver to the left for the Eagles. And Montgomery is in, and he's on a wing. 4-man rush, including Taylor. He did his thing, didn't he?
Yes, he did. He loves that. I think any time that you get a back blocking Taylor, you're going to be in trouble, and that's what happened on the play. UB Oliver, number 34, was trying to block Taylor from the weak side, and anytime you do that, that's a mismatch, and he's going to make the play, which he did on the last blitz.
A lot of teams try to block him with a tackle or a guard.
Well, you have to block him in a variety of ways. You have to block him with a tackle sometimes, a guard. You have to keep a tight end on his side an awful lot, or a wing back, but you have to always know where Taylor is. If you don't know where he is and give him a free shot, it's the bye-bye blues.
Runner punting for the second time. Pete Shaw is back to get it near midfield. That kick was almost blocked. No flag. And Shaw gets to the 45, to the 40. Giants in good shape. Down to the 34-yard line of the Eagles. And a few punches to throw. Pete Shaw with a good return of 19 yards after after a 37-yard kick. And New York gets the ball for the third time. Harvey Armstrong made the tackle for the Eagles. They almost blocked his kick,
Well, they didn't have a block on. They just wanted to make sure he kicked the ball. And Woolfolk, coming from the outside, made sure that he did not make contact with the kicker. He tried to act it out, but to no avail.
Well, this is the deepest the Giants have been. They're at the Eagles' 33 with Brunner. They in motion. Woolfolk going left. Got a couple of good blocks and some good yards. The Giants have been averaging 6 yards on first down. That should put them in good play-calling shape. We have some scores of other games after Ken Clark and Ray Ellis made that tackle. Pittsburgh has been caught by Minnesota 7-7. The Vikes are fighting for their lives, and St. Louis jumps ahead of San Diego. Houston gets on the board. Cincinnati still leads. And Cleveland ahead of New England 3-0. Woolfolk has carried 9 times, 30 yards. He got 7, and he gets a couple more. Well, that's a good drive by the 210-pound former Michigan player, Butch Woolfolk. Offensive line fired out pretty good, too, Hank, didn't it?
The reason that was possible, Jack, the right guard, J.T. Turner and Gordon King, got off the ball with a very good surge, and he was able to follow them and make good yardage on the play.
A measure to see if the Giants have another first down. 3:55 left in this scoreless first quarter. Jerry Robinson with that tackle for Philadelphia. See it, third down and inches. Nice day for this time of year. We might point out there are a few wet spots on this playing field. Hank, I also want to point out that even though people like Carl Hairston are not starting today, that doesn't mean they've given up on it.
Oh, no question about that, Jack. Carl Hairston is in the game right now, so they're going to interchange these people and give them an awful lot of work, and maybe the fact they didn't start will motivate them to play just a little bit better.
Woolfolk on third down and inches. Brunner frequently sneaks the ball. He gives to Butch, and he gets a first down, diving to the Eagles' 20.
They're doing a good job right now, Jack, of moving the pile. The offensive line of the New York Giants is doing a good job of moving the pile, and the runner Woolfolk is following in good shape and taking advantage of the seams and the cracks, and moving the football pretty well at this time.
You're so close to Atlantic City, you can't keep from saying crap. Ball's at the 20-yard line. First down. Gray to the left. Williams, the wide receiver, to the right. A lot of running room over here. A lot of running. Man, he can run forever. Well, if he'd have started a little sooner, he'd have got closer in than the 15. He got 5 yards. Ray Ellis bumped him out. If he'd have taken right off, Hank, he'd have run inside the 10.
Yeah, he was trying to the very last second to hit somebody deep. But here again, you have to be very, very decisive and make a decision. With no place to go, there's a lot of running room. He's got to make up his mind or take off and run with it quickly. Get as much out of the play as he possibly could. He was a little slow doing that, and for that reason didn't get nearly as much out of the play as he should have.
Woolfolk had his back turned to the tackler. Otherwise, he'd have sprung him for more yards. It's 2nd and 5 at the 15. So the Giants knock at the door. Woolfolk avoids some tackles, and it's 1st and goal to go for the Giants. Butch is having a good day. Jerry Robinson ended it.
We're seeing it's very obvious that the plan of the New York Giants is to run left most of the time. They're running left as a counterplay. Watch the right guard pull. And also the right tackle, Turner and King, both pulling through the hole. Good running room. And number 56, Jerry Robinson, gets a shot. But they get through there in good shape and make a good gain on the play.
So the Eagles still have difficulty stopping the run. It's 1st and goal at the 8. And 2nd and goal from the 6-yard line. Well, Butch, you're going to sleep tonight, I tell you.
But he's not worrying about that now. All he's trying to do is get a touchdown for his team and get into the end zone. I think one of the reasons we're going to see him run left as much as they're running, Jack, is the fact that their right linebacker, Joel Williams, number 59, used to play for the Atlanta Falcons, has good speed, recovery, quickness, but he is not very strong. He's 6'1", about 215. And if you can run any place, you're going to run on a guy that size.
2nd and goal from the 6.
There he goes again.
but they're back to the original line of scrimmage, and it's 3rd and goal. The first in there was Joel Williams, about whom we were talking, and he got a hand on Woolfolk and slowed him down for Jerry Robinson.
Now, what happened on the play, Jack, they did not let him sit on the line of scrimmage. Watch, number 59, in the left corner, he's blitzing on the play. Blitzing, and got right into the backfield. But Butch bounced off the tackle and still got to the line of scrimmage.
It's 3rd and goal from the 8-yard line. Gray is to the left and Missler to the right. Tight end is Moet. And just a half step away from Ernest Gray. It's 4th down. Covered by Herman Edwards on the corner. Not a bad pass, Hank. Just a little bit out in front.
Yeah, but it wasn't good enough, Jack. That kind of a ball, he had plenty of time to throw the ball. Should have been on the mark. It wasn't. Ball's incomplete. But, you know, those kind of plays, when you have them, you have to make them. You have to get some touchdowns when you have such good field position. And that was just a poorly thrown ball.
Lehaji Sheik is 20 out of 22. Bruner will hold. And this will be a 26-yard try. Great year he is having, and the Giants jump out in front. 38 seconds left in the first quarter. New York goes ahead of Philadelphia 3-0. Haji Sheik, who just put the Giants out in front with a 26-yard field goal, will kick to Major Everett. Everett is a rookie out of Mississippi College. His kickoff return average is 21 plus.
And we talked to Ollie yesterday and asked him how far he could kick the ball. He said he thought he could kick one 62 yards inside, under cover, and possibly 66 outside if he had the wind. Pretty strong.
Everett from the 5. Fumbles it. Hurdling across the 20 out near the 21-yard line. Certainly, when you see a fellow fumble a kickoff like that, the kick breaks open. That didn't happen. John Tuggle got downfield and made the tackle. Well, happy Thanksgiving to all of you from all of us at CBS. And let this football game add to your holiday pleasure. The Dallas Cowboys are at home. The Cardinals play there, and they always play tough against Dallas. The action starts at 3:30 Eastern here on CBS Sports. The Cardinals and the Cowboys, and happy Thanksgiving. First down from the 21. Williams in the backfield. First down pass. And right into the arms of Haynes, his 3rd of the year. Down near the Eagle 17-yard line. Listen to this crowd.
What happened on this play is one of those I thought patterns, Jack. He thought Quick was going to go outside, and he went inside. He threw the ball inside. It was intercepted. Watch this. So that's the trouble with a read pattern, if that's what that was. Sometimes the receiver has an option to read the pattern and go outside and inside, depending on where the defensive back is playing. That time, he went outside, and the ball was thrown inside. Interception. The New York Giants have possession, 1st and 10.
At the 16 of Philadelphia. Well, they just got 3 points, and they got the ball right back. Missler in motion. Woolfolk got a good block and sprung outside, and he's down near the 10-yard line. J.T. Turner evidently sprung him loose.
Well, he was pulling on the play, the right guard. It was another counter play, trying to make the linebackers move one way and then run the other. Turner was pulling from his right guard position, number 68, made a good block on the outside guy, and he ran right inside for a nice game.
And that's the end of the first quarter. When we come back, the ball will be at the Eagle 11, 2nd down and 5. Stram and Jack Buck with you. You know, Hank, the Eagles only had the ball for 3.5 minutes in the first quarter.
Well, they've had terrible field position, Jack. They had it on a -11, -13, -21. They haven't had a chance to really get out of the soup.
Missler right and Gray left. The ball at the Eagles 11, 2nd down and 5. And incomplete. Malcolm Scott couldn't get out into the pass pattern. He'd been checked at the line of scrimmage by Joel Williams. Butch Woolfolk has carried 15 times for 50 yards.
And the Eagles have changed their alignment. They're in a 4-man line now instead of the 3. There you see the protection.
Watch the nose guard trying to get in after Bruner. It's 3rd down and 5. On 3rd down, New York has made a 1st down 3 times in 6 tries. 6 defensive backs, including Logan and Wilson for the Eagles. Woolfolk on a surprising run. Touchdown. Quite a call, Hank.
Yes, it was. They were all inside. Everybody was in the gap. And any time that you do that, Jack, and you block it and execute it, you're going to make yardage. Malcolm Scott, the tight end, really did a good job of blocking at the point of attack. But watch it. They're all sealed off to the line, to the inside. The linebackers were blitzing. They're running it north and south. When you run east and west, you got to have a distinct advantage. He goes in for the touchdown. Roynell Young finally makes the tackle just much too late.
That is the 4th rushing touchdown for Woolfolk. Has missed only 1 extra point all year. He makes the score 10-0 with 14:49 left in the half. Well, the Eagles won the first meeting between these two teams. The Giants are ahead 10-0. Didn't take long after the interception by Mark Haynes. 3 plays, 16 yards, 30 seconds, an 11-yard run, and the Giants got a field goal, a touchdown, and an extra point within a time span of 49 seconds.
Yeah, we talked about that earlier. Anytime that you play in a shorter field than the opposition, you've got to get points. And the Giants were able to take advantage of it on the last possession.
Major Everett from 1 yard deep comes back to the 5-10. 15-16, and that's about all. Giants been moaning about their special teams. The coach Parcells said they were awful. John Tuggle got downfield to make that tackle. Well, next week is a CBS Sports NFL doubleheader. These Eagles travel to Washington. Folks in New York City will watch your Giant game, and they'll be going out to play the Raiders. And a lot of people think the Raiders, who started this day with a record of 8-3, are going to be in the Super Bowl. Well, the Giants could upset them, and you'll see the action next Sunday on CBS, a doubleheader Sunday. From the 16th, intercepted the last time. With Haddix in the backfield. They got it. That's quick. And he is out of bounds at the 37. Mark Haynes covering Mike Quick, and what a throw by Jaworski.
Nothing fancy. All he did was run right by him that time. All he did was run right by him. Mark Haynes, number 36. Mike Quick, here he is. He's anchored on the right side. 48-yard pass, good protection. Steps and throws the ball deep downfield. Haynes never gets a chance to see the ball. Quick catches it right over the shoulder and runs out of bounds, but a good-looking play.
Quick came into the game with 49 passes and 9 touchdowns. The tight end is on a wing. Toss to Haddix. What a good hit back at the 39 or 40-yard line by D. Hardison. He had a couple of good whacks in there today.
Well, he was in good position that time. Took a good pursuit angle, number 79, D. Hardison, and made the tackle just like you like for him to make the tackle. He got him high, squeezed him, and knocked him right down to the turf.
And there was a loss of 1. New York 38.
I think if the Eagles hope to get back into this ball game, they're going to have to pump the ball up, Jack. They're going to throw the ball more, especially on 1st down.
Jaworski throws incomplete to Haddix down around the 20-yard line. We have some scores of other games. Here the Giants lead 10-0 in the second quarter. Elsewhere, Detroit's on the board, trailing Green Bay 7-3 second quarter. Cincinnati widens their lead in the first quarter over Houston 17-3. And Miami is ahead of the comeback Baltimore team 7-0 in the second quarter. The Eagles trying to make a first down. They're 0 for 2 in that department. And it's 3rd and 11. Extra back is Pete Shaw for New York. They show the blitz. 4-man rush. Incomplete. He tried to swing it out to Montgomery. Andy Hedden was right on top of him. The Eagles will have to punt, and their offense is really sputtering.
They were man-for-man coverage that time, Jack, and they were playing the back very, very tight. Man-for-man coverage. Had no chance whatsoever. Had him covered very well, and the ball was incomplete. But that's what happened on the play, and that's why it wasn't completed. It was very good coverage on the part of the New York Giants.
Third punt of the day by Roniger. He hangs it up high for Shaw. He lets it go wisely, and it goes into the end zone. It'll come out to the 20-yard line. No flags. 13 and a half left in the half, and the Giants are ahead 10-0. These fans are unhappy. New York starts from their 20. Scott Brunner at the controls. Butch Woolfolk in the backfield. And try to get it out to Ernest Gray, and the timing was not very exquisite on that one.
Now that's what we call a square out pattern. A quick drop by the quarterback. And that time he threw the ball a little bit before he was ready to throw it too far out in front, and it falls incomplete. But that kind of a play, you ought to be able to complete that because of timing. But the timing has to be excellent. 16 for 61 for Butch.
And it's second down and 10. Gray to the left. Byron Williams, the rookie, is the wide receiver to the right side. And the lay to Woolfolk. First down and more. Working hard, and he gets out to the 32 or 3-yard line.
There was that counter play again. Brad Benson, number 60, pulling on the play. Both the left guard and the left tackle pulling on the play. Benson got through the hole. Watch this now. Look at Woolfolk makes a fake to the left, and watch the guard, number 60. There he is out in front, throwing the block. Butch does a good job of running with the ball away from pressure, fighting for as much yardage as he possibly can, and is finally tackled there by Wes Hopkins, number 48.
At the Giant 33-yard line. Tried it again, and a better pass was thrown for substantial yards. Ernest Gray got about 6, covered by Herman Edwards, number 46.
And that square-out pattern, like we saw that last play, has to be thrown, if it's going to be effective, must be thrown right at the numbers about 1.5 yards out in front of the receiver so he can make the catch without having to turn his body and look back into the backfield and have to lose valuable time and yardage on the play. That time the execution was good.
And for 6 yards against the pass, Philadelphia number 1 in the National Football League. But they have only 6 interceptions, surprisingly. Woolfolk comes across the 40, and he's short of a first down by a narrow margin. Greg Brown tackled him. It'll be third down.
That's a very deceptive statistic, Jack. The fact that they're number 1 on pass defense, everybody's running the ball against them, and that's why they're number 1 on defense. I'm talking about pass defense.
They keep testing them. And it's going to be third down. Well, they're going to bring it in to see how close it is. He's short, I would guess, about half a yard. Well, maybe not. Well, they turned the ball over, and they said, give him a first down. Let him have it.
He better clean those binoculars.
11:55 left in the half. This field may be crooked.
Yeah, I think it is. It's slanting a little bit.
Ball is at the Giants' 43. And New York's ahead, 10-0. Gray left, Missler right. Moat, the tight end, on the right side. The center is Ernie Hughes with Humphrey out. Big draw. And Gray couldn't shake loose. These Eagle backs, particularly Edwards in that case, really plays the receiver tight. And he got help from Hopkins, the safety man.
Well, that time he jammed him a little bit. There was a little collision. I'm surprised maybe the official didn't see that or call it because...
I agree with you. I thought it was downfield.
Yeah, I thought the defensive back did not permit the offensive receiver, to get downfield like he wanted to. There was a collision, but he got away with it. Talking about Herman Edwards, number 46.
Second down and 10 at their own 43 for New York. They've gone 7 games without a win, and they've lost 3 in a row since that 2020 tie at St. Louis. That's the tight end for a first down with a good block downfield. Moat caught him, and a good block by Ernest Gray. Herman Edwards made the tackle.
Here's what they call a turmoil play. They go back in the pocket like it's going to be from the pocket. The linebacker, Williams, was blitzing, so he had to stop and couldn't roll as far as he wanted to. He knew exactly where Moat was, though. Number 84 saw him coming across on a crossing pattern, hit him right on the numbers, and they picked up the necessary yardage for the first down. And a good read by Browner, and good judgment on his part. He stopped just in time to deliver the football.
That is a rookie out of Florida State. He's lined up on the right side and blocking for Woolfolk. And Woolfolk was good for only a couple in the arms of Anthony Briggs. Well, let's go to hope it doesn't rain like that during the Super Bowl game down there. 2nd down and 8. And a whistle and a timeout has been called by the Giants with 10:06 left in the half. There's the score. A 26-yard field goal by Ali Haji Sheik, an 11-yard run by Woolfolk. It's 10-0. Woolfolk has run 19 times, 80 yards. 2nd and 8. What a good catch by Moen. Into heavy coverage at the 26. Boy, great concentration.
Boy, you talk about great concentration, and a beautiful throw by Scott Brunner. Another rollout. He faked that counterplay and rolled to his left. Good protection.
Joel Williams trying to cover.
And look at Moed coming across there. Williams is right over. I don't know how you can cover a guy any better than that, except he did not see the football. And for that reason, had no chance to make a play. But Scott Brunner really put it right on the money. A beautiful shot.
Moed, who came into the game with 14 passes and 1 touchdown, is having a good afternoon, receiving as well as blocking. First down at the 26. Woolfolk squirted through down to the 20-yard line. He got 6 yards.
Now the Eagles are back in their 4-3 defense, and it doesn't seem to matter much what alignment they're in, whether they be in the 3-4 or the 4-3. They're still moving the ball very well against the Philadelphia Eagles.
You know, Hank, at the top of the show, you were talking about the subtle changes that the Giants are making. Kevin Belcher led that play that time.
Yes, and he's a good one. He's 6'3", 255 from Texas El Paso, a rookie, and they like him very much.
Playing the left guard spot. It is 2nd down and 4. 4.5, actually. Woolfolk picking his spots. 8 yards with each carry. It's going to be 3rd down and 2. Flag goes down. That's probably holding.
Yeah, anytime he throws in that area, it's usually a holding penalty.
And it may have been the center, Ernie Hughes, who was caught. Reggie Wilkes was the tackler on the play. Stops the clock with 9:14 left in the half. Penalty against the Giants.
You know, talking to Parcells yesterday, he said that they used to send in the plays with signals, and they had so much miscommunication with that system that they've gone back to shuttling players in and calling the ball.
Number 61 grabbed the face mask.
Well, that's unusual on offense.
The center, Ernie Hughes, is playing for Rich Humphrey. Ball's back at the 25. There's Hughes, and New York adds to their penalty total, the most in the NFC.
Yeah, they came into this game with 80 penalties. 80. It's a lot.
The ball is at the Philadelphia 25. 2nd and 9. Headings is a wide receiver along with Gray. Did a good job of getting rid of the ball and almost got it downfield to Ernest Gray, but it's incomplete. And it's 3rd down.
He's doing a lot more moving than I've seen him do, Jack, and if the Eagles are going to counteract that, they have to blitz their outside linebackers to keep him in the pocket and make him throw on the move, which he does not do nearly as well as he does from the pocket.
They almost sacked him that time.
Yeah, Ken Clark, number 71, got good penetration.
9:06 left in the half. 10-0 Giants. First down 4 times and 7 tries on 3rd down. Now delay to Woolfolk. He is possessed today, isn't he? He is really running well. It's 4th down, but at least he got it in closer for Haji Sheik if they try the field goal. Harvey Armstrong was the tackler. They may go for it here on 4th down. Might as well, Hank. What the heck? They're 2-8-1. Where are they going, right?
Yeah, but it all depends on how much they have to go. 4th and over a yard. I would be surprised if they don't kick the field goal. Let's see what they call. You got to get points. I don't care how you slice it. You have to come down there and get points.
It's going to be 4th down and about 2 to go. At this distance, Ali Haji Sheik has been perfect. He kicked one earlier today at 26 yards. And will try to do the same thing. Another 26-yard try with Bruner holding the ball on 4th and 2.
Boy, the fake kick is there.
Field goal is no good. Well, that's unusual for the New York kicker. He missed it. The score remains 10-0 with 8:34 left in the half.
Boy, that is unusual, Jack, and I think the next time they kick a field goal, they have to be aware of the fact that everybody's inside of the wingback, and for that reason, some kind of a fake kick with an option would be a very effective play. He is very disappointed, surprised. He makes so many of them, that's got to be a big surprise to him, too.
It's only the third one he's missed all year. There's the score, 10-0, and the score in first downs. What's that one, Hank?
That's amazing, isn't it? Eagles 1, Giants 10. The Eagles have to throw the ball to get back in this game, Jack. They can't continue to pull taffy like they have. Here they go.
On the 20-yard line. Jaworski tried to throw short and was batted down by Leonard Mitchell. Marshall, number 70, is 6'3", 285, a rookie out of LSU, and he got upstairs and knocked it down.
Surprising that time, Jaworski did not see Ub Oliver in the right flat. He was wide open right from the very beginning. Here you see him go back into the pocket. He's looking right. Oliver's there, but he doesn't see him for some reason or other. Then focuses attention inside. Look at the pressure he's getting from the inside from number 78, Jerome Sally. And the ball is knocked down.
Second down and 10. Motion by Williams. Pass to Williams. Incomplete. Listen to the crowd. Listen.
He threw that too high, Jack, because Martin, number 75, got penetration. And he had to throw over the top of Martin, and for that reason it was way over the top and goes out of bounds.
Makes a big difference when George Martin gets back into the Giant lineup, doesn't it?
Well, he's a good rusher. He's a very good rusher. He's 6'4", 245, and very experienced, 9-year pro.
And George Martin will stay in there at the left defensive end spot. 3rd and 10. Extra back is Pete Shaw for the Giants.
They got to throw the ball in the middle between the numbers and the hash mark, but between the hash mark on this play if they're going to get the necessary yardage, Jack, the way the defense is.
Oliver's in the backfield, blocking for Jaworski. Over the middle, and complete. Trying to get the ball to Mike Quick. Time for the Eagles to punt. Terry Kennard was covering.
Yeah, and he had him open, too, had he been able to throw the ball just a little quicker and get the ball to him. He was way out in front.
He's not having a very good day, is he?
No, he isn't.
There's Pete Shaw back inside his 40. As Runniger kicks for the 4th time. Runniger was cut. They picked up Stradani, that he kicked poorly, and they brought this fellow back. And that's a good one. Shaw from the 43 stays in bounds, gets to midfield. Good return. Down to the Philadelphia 45. And the tackle by Major Everett. Good return by Pete Shaw. What's going on elsewhere? Let's check the scores for you. We have a bunch of them. Chicago with a 2-touchdown lead over Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay's without Wilder. Green Bay 10-3 over Detroit in the second quarter. And look at that score. The Cardinals ahead of San Diego 17-0. You'll watch the Cardinals on Thanksgiving on CBS. Cincinnati way ahead of Houston in the second quarter 24-3. And Miami blanking Baltimore 10-0 second period. Cleveland way ahead of New England. That's a shock.
Boy, that's a surprise.
New England with their 6-5 record, the same as the Browns. First down at the Eagle 45. Woolfolk back to work. Spot. They found a good spot to run. There's a flag. It's probably holding.
They continue to run that counter play. This time they step to the left and run right inside instead of outside. Holding penalty on the play. I think it's a holding penalty. We'll see what he calls.
Greg Brown and Ray Ellis were the tacklers. 7:59 left in the half.
Holding, offense, 61.
That's the second time they've nailed Ernie Hughes, and there's Bill Parcells, and he is upset. Third penalty against the Giants. The Eagles been penalized twice. First and 20. That's the Giants 45. by Williams and a delay to Woolfolk. Only got 4 at the most. In the arms of Jerry Robinson. What a good tackler that Robinson is.
I mentioned also that Ray Ellis is starting at the strong safety position for the very first time for Randy Logan, who has been a fixture at that position for the Eagles for such a long period of time. He's played extremely well, but they wanted to make a change. They like Ellis very, very much. And talking to Ellis yesterday, naturally, he was very excited about the opportunity. They all think he's going to be a great player.
And he also told us that Randy Logan has done an awful lot to help him. Look at the yards Woolfolk has piled up. 96 yards and a touchdown. Second down, 17. The rookie tight end Malcolm Scott out of LSU, number 80, fights for more yards. Going to be 3rd and long. 3rd and long confronting the Giants. 3rd down and 8. Let's go to Brent Musburger in New York.
Jack, the great Walter Payton has given the Bears a 14-0 lead, and in so doing, he has surpassed 1,000 yards for the season. Rain is easing off just a bit in Tampa. Back to Jack and Hank.
Ball is at the Eagle 42. Andy Logan, Bernard Wilson check in defensively for the Eagles. 3rd and 8. And it is incomplete. Almost picked off by Hopkins, the rookie safety.
Yeah, he did a good job of helping Wes Hopkins, number 48, the free safety, made a play from the inside. There you see the ball up on top. And there you see him get his hand on the ball and almost come up with the interception as he brought it down with the left hand. It slipped through, but it was an excellent play by Hopkins, number 48.
Dave Jennings will kick for the 3rd time.
And Hopkins,
John Shira.
excuse me, Hopkins is a rookie, number 2 draft choice from SMU.
Jennings couldn't get it out of bounds. He's been able to punt out of bounds 22 times this year. Joe, we're going to have a new quarterback. Marion Campbell, the head coach here, is sent in. Joe Pisarcik. Listen to the crowd. This is a former Giant quarterback.
And he's always ready to play. He's a bright guy, does not move very well, but he's got a good live arm, reads defenses very well, and it's a very strong thrower.
6:57 left in the half. Jaworski was 1 out of 9 while he was in there, 1 interception.
Never have seen him throw that way. Of all the times we've seen him, we've never seen him so cold.
Let's see if Pisarcik starts throwing right off the bat. There's Haddix in the backfield. Held is after Pisarcik and throws incomplete. Now the fans are booing at him. Van Pelt was all over.
I think they expect the quarterback to block and throw the ball at the same time. Watch what happens here now. UB Oliver is blocking. Look at on the right side. He doesn't perform the block on Van Pelt. It was strictly a missed block by UB Oliver, number 34, and that's why Pisarcik threw the ball poorly.
6:51 left in the half. And Pelt is in his 11th year.
And I'm sure that the Giants will go after Pisarcik because he is not a good mover.
He avoided the sack. He's been sacked 1 time. They're coming after him, and they get him again. Back at the 10. Harry Carson that time. Number 53.
Yeah, they'll blitz him like gangbusters because, again, they know he doesn't have escapability skills. Carson, number 53, coming up the middle. There you see him. Gets a free shot and makes the sack. Harry Carson, number 53.
They had sacked Jaworski earlier. Taylor got a sack, and now Carson gets a sack, and that gives New York 28 for the year, and it's 3rd and 20. That's the 10 of the Eagles. 10-0, the Giants lead. They're going to come after him again. They show the blitz. And a whistle stops play. That's delay of game. Ball's at the 5.
Offense, delay of the game.
3rd and 25. You know, Hank, this coaching business must be pretty tough.
I tell you, the worst thing about it is so unpredictable. We talked to the players of both teams yesterday, and Marion Campbell and their coach, everybody felt very good about the week of work. and then they come out here and play like this. It's terrible. I've never seen this team play as badly in a long, long time.
6:15 left in the half. 3rd and 25. They're going to blitz him. 4-man rush. Incomplete. The receiver, Hoover, is hollering at the official about the tactics of Terry Jackson. And it is 4th down, and the Giants will get the ball back, so the change of quarterback didn't help a bit.
Watch the hit from the backside by George Martin, number 75. Boy, he gives him a good massage in the back that time. Right about the time he's throwing the ball.
Leonard kicking for the 5th time. Pete Shaw's at the 45 of the Eagles. Good kick, but it will be returned. From the 47. Down to the Eagles' 40-yard line. Well, the last time the Giants had the ball, they missed the field goal. Now they get it back at the Eagle 45. That tackle by Reggie Wilkes. During the Thanksgiving holidays, CBS Sports will have plenty of sports to send you. On Friday, it is Alabama and Boston College. It starts at 1:30 Eastern Time, and Doug Flutie, the little quarterback of Boston College, will give Alabama a tussle. And then basketball, NCAA on Saturday, Kansas against Houston. And football, of course, the traditional battle between Oklahoma and Nebraska. That follows the basketball. Pass incomplete by Bruno. So on Friday, it's basketball, and then Nebraska and Oklahoma.
Carl Hairston, that time, number 78, came in from the in position and got a good shot at it. Watch him in the pocket. Number 78.
And behind him was Harrison. That's quite a pair.
Yeah, really bookends. You talk about bookends. Dennis Harrison, number 68, really got him from the backside. He's the one who made the tackle.
5:54 left in the half. Here's another score. Cleveland pounding New England 20-0 second quarter. Reached 6 and 5 at the start of the day. Ray in motion, 2nd and 10. Screen pass is good for about 8 yards. Ray Ellis made the tackle.
That was a quick screen that time to the right side. The right tackle, Gordon King, number 72. Boy, he got out there in good shape. Watch, it's a quick screen.
Ray got in motion, and
he fakes inside to hold the interior lineman, throws the ball outside. Watch King out in front, but he misses the block. It's surprising how quickly he got out in front of the play.
Talking about Gordon King, the right tackle.
And why he missed the block, Jack, most guys that are that big, Gordon King is 6'6". It's very tough for them to bend, get low enough to make the block. He's too high, and through the block, and had no chance to make the play.
Miami adds to their lead over Baltimore in the second quarter, 17-0. It's 3rd and 3 for the Giants, and they have just used their 3rd timeout of the first half. And along the sideline, the assistant coach said, "My God, another timeout?"
Can't believe that Ron Earhart is calling plays from the press box, and he was a former coach of the New England Patriots. He's their offensive coordinator. They're sending in plays with people rather than by signals like they've done in the past. And as I mentioned earlier, they changed because of the miscommunication. They've had several problems here this afternoon the other way, too.
5:10 left in the half. You can't buy any more timeouts, can you?
I don't think you can.
Well, they're out of them. The Giants are out of them, but they have the lead, 10-0 here in the second quarter. Coming up at halftime, Brent Musburger and Irv Cross will have scores and highlights and a feature about Warren Moon, the good quarterback playing up in Canada.
I've seen him play, Jack, and he can hum the ball. I tell you, he's a good quarterback. You talk about a guy that makes something happen. He's a good one.
He will become a free agent in March, and that's why the feature will be shown to you today. There's talk that he may come to the NFL. Giants have scored on a 26-yard field goal by Ali Haji Sheik, an 11-yard run by Butch Woolfolk. They've gotten away from the running game lately, haven't they?
Yes, they have. Yes, they have, but they want to regain it. They want to do a better job with it, and, of course, they came into the game today with the idea and express preference of trying to run the ball and establish that in good shape.
3rd down and 3 at the 33 of the Eagles. They in motion again. Runner to Woolfolk. And his forward progress is apparently short of a first down by a narrow margin on 3rd down. Ray Ellis with a good tackle, number 24.
In the scheme of things of the Philadelphia defense, and most defenses in professional football, especially teams that play a lot of zone, as strong safeties like a linebacker, and Ellis came up very well that time and made the play.
It's 4th and 1. They're going to go for it. They bring in Tom Mulledy, the other tight end, and John Tuggle, the fullback. This is a 4th down play, and there's Haji Sheik who's saying, well, you missed one. You forget all about it.
You'll get plenty of opportunities.
It is 4th down and 1 at the Eagle 31.
They ran right the last time they short yardage. This time they run left.
Tuggle gets a first down. And darn near broke it. I'll tell you something. That tackle hadn't been made by Byron Darby, number 94. Tuggle may run right into the end zone.
It's a pretty good package that time, Jack. The last time they lined up in this formation, they ran to the right. This time, they run to the left and watch a good job of blocking. And the lead back does a good job of blocking on the linebacker, Jerry Robinson, and for that reason, he was able to get through there in good shape, talking about John Tuggle, number 38.
He's a rookie out of California.
Look at that, St. Louis 31, San Diego nothing. Unbelievable, isn't it?
They may have some fun on Thanksgiving against Dallas. 3:45 left in the half at Woolfolk. Gets a few. He's inside the 25 to the 23. Now they are back to the running game on first down. He got 4 yards.
They probably figure we've been doing a good job with it. Let's keep it on the ground. Let's make them stop us. And let's not assume they're going to stop us. Let's make them stop us. And we're going to continue to run the ball and move the pile, and that's what they're doing.
So Woolfolk is over the 100-yard mark. 101. 24 yards. Reggie Wilkes made that last tackle. It's 2nd and 6. At the 23.
They got a lot of room on that right side.
Flag goes down, and Woolfolk got a yard or so. The flag was thrown by the line judge. Clock is stopped with 2:56 left in the half, and a motion penalty against New York.
I don't know who they call it on, but so many times a man in motion, Jack, does not take a step away from the line of scrimmage. And for that reason, they're called. There's a good picture of Bill Parcells on the sideline.
That's the first time that Butch Woolfolk, the Michigan graduate, has gone over the 100 yards rushing in his career.
Offense, illegal man post. They didn't set for a second.
Well, the offense wasn't set for the mandatory second, so it's 2nd and 11. Ball rests at the Eagle 28.
Those defensive backs are playing very deep.
And that's what Bruner did. He went short, but the receiver fell down. Ernest Gray lost his footing on this turf, covered by Herman Edwards. 3rd and 11. There are some wet spots on this turf, as we pointed out to you earlier. Coming in is John Missler, bringing a play in from the bench. 6 defensive backs, including Bernard Wilson and Randy Logan. 3rd and 11.
Normally they get this in the shotgun. This time they're going to run from the regular formation.
Runner is hit, pulls the ball back down on 3rd down. And a sack by Greg Brown. Number 98, have you let it?
Is he excited?
And for him, that is
his 5th sack. He's a 6'5 player, 240, played his collegiate football at Kansas State.
It's the first time they sacked Bruner today, and Bruner was lucky he didn't lose the football.
Yeah, he got through there in good shape, good outside pressure, and got the quarterback.
Here is a 48-yard field goal try by Haji Sheik.
Look at everybody's inside the wingback. That fake kick is really there.
And the kick is there. That makes it 13-0. Ali Haji Sheik is 2 out of 3, and with 2:21 left in the half, the Giants add some more points and lead 13-0. Now, we told you that the Cardinals are pounding San Diego today, 31-0 in St. Louis. And they'll have very few days to get ready for that trip to Dallas. It starts at 3:30 on the Thanksgiving holiday. Be sure to make that part of your holiday fun on CBS.
You know, that happens so often during the course of the season. San Diego beat Dallas last week, and they have a very emotional game. So they come back the next week thinking the game's going to be easy after beating Dallas, and then they wind up getting beat like they are today with the St. Louis Cardinals. Happens very often.
And with the 16-game season, Hank, they're bound to be ups and downs.
Oh, it's a stock market season at best because everybody is up and down. It's hard to keep the same level of enthusiasm and emotion throughout the season.
8 plays, 9 yards. New York, 3.5 minutes. A deep kickoff to Major Everett in the end zone. He'll down it. Will come out to the 20 with 2:15 left. Let's see who the quarterback is. Pizarchik is going back in. Marion Campbell trying to get off dead zero in this game.
Well, the Eagles have had terrible field position throughout the first half. They've had it 7 times on their own 11, 13, 21, 16, 20, 20, 20. Boy, it's hard to win with that kind of field position, Jack.
Never past the 20-yard line, right?
That's right.
First downs have been hard to come by for the Eagles. Hooray, say the fans, as they get about 8 yards on the pass to Haddix. Haddix, number 26, a rookie out of Mississippi State. Brian Kelly hit him, along with Harry Carson. Hurry-up offense. Now we're down to the 2-minute warning. 13-0 New York. The 7-year veteran out of New Mexico State, Joe Pizarchik, is the quarterback.
You know, the amazing thing about this game with a bad field position, and they only have 1 first down so far. There are only 2 plays, Jack, 2 plays from being back in the game. 13-0. It's amazing that they're still in that good a condition. They have to do everything they can before they have to try to get 3 or 7 points to get back in this contest.
Quick win in motion. Pizarchik throws to the underneath man. That was 2nd down and 2. And he threw the ball to Haddix again, but didn't get the first down. Andy Hedden, the linebacker, was covering. It's 3rd and 2. 67-8. You all know that play, folks. And that is ruled incomplete. It's 4th down. Haddix had it, bobbled it, lost it. Andy Hedden popped him. Our Giant player is injured with 1:32 left in the half. Hedden, who made that hit, is struggling. He's a rookie out of Clemson. He's going to be a good player, Hank.
He really is going to be a good player. He's got the size and the speed and the quickness and has a great attitude, wants to be a good player. I think he's going to be excellent.
Well, he's not getting up right away, is he? See the time remaining, the fact that the Eagles have 3 timeouts, but the Giants are about to get the ball. Eagles' total offense thus far today, 66 yards, and most of it on that 1 long pass to Mike Quick. That was their only first down. Jaworski and Pizarchik are talking it over. Let's see what's going on elsewhere again as they tend to Andy Hedden. Green Bay, a 10-point advantage over Detroit. 2nd quarter. Look at that. The Cardinals walloping San Diego 37-0 in the 2nd quarter. Miami blanking Baltimore in the 2nd quarter. Miami tries to win their 8th game, and Cincinnati hitting hard on Houston once more, 38-3 2nd period. And the last score we have for you, the Raiders ahead of Buffalo 10-3. So the Bills are still in it. Bills are tied with Miami for the lead in the AFC East. Hedden gets to his feet, and we hope he's all right. Okay. We won't hazard a guess as to what happened.
And look at the size of him. You know, Jack, he's 6'5", 230, played his collegiate football at Clemson. They drafted him number 8. He's just a rookie, but he's going to be a good one.
Here's another punt by Runager. It is his 6th of the day. That's how inept the Eagles have been. He gets a good bounce, and it goes out of bounds before Shaw can get to it. There'll be good yards on that punt by Max Runager. Now the Giants have no timeouts in 1 minute and 24 seconds before the half.
But that's still plenty of time to get down and get 3 points at least, or maybe another touchdown before the half.
They mark the ball down at the New York 21. with a roll. That was a 51-yard kick. Now the Eagles will stop the clock. They won't let it run down. Score 13-0 in favor of the Giants, trying to split with the Eagles on the year. Beat the Eagles last year and beat them twice the year before. Another good run by Woolfolk. He had 101 yards rushing before that ramble. Now the Eagles call timeout, stop the clock. They have 2 left. Hank, what do you think of that story about the fact that Jimmy Brown may come back and play?
It didn't surprise me very much. You know, he's a very proud guy. Very proud guy. You know, and good condition. At 47 years old, boy, that's a tough chore. You know, the recovery period is so tough. You play a game, you know, when you're a kid, young, well, you can play on Sunday and come back and dance on Monday. It's no problem. But when you're 47, it might take 3 or 4 weeks to get back and be ready to play again. That's a tough assignment.
1:08 left in the half. The Eagles have 2 timeouts remaining, and Butch Woolfolk is having a neat afternoon.
Yeah, he likes this. 25 carries for 110 yards.
Our score is 13-0 in favor of the Giants. They have the ball at their 29, and it's 2nd and 2. Yard touchdown run for Woolfolk, plus the 2 field goals by Gray is to the left. Eddings is to the right. Oh, a fumble, and Brunner was lucky to get the AstroTurf bounce. He and Woolfolk must have been a yard apart.
Yeah, it wasn't even close. It was a bad exchange between he and the center, and you couldn't tell exactly what happened. But he didn't have good possession of the ball when he took it from the center, and for that reason it slipped right through there, and luckily he was carrying out his fake and was able to bounce on the ball and make the recovery.
Well, it's raining in Tampa. Maybe that's the reason. And the Eagles with another timeout. 1:05 left in the half. Of course, they're using a new center, Ernie Hughes, filling in for Rich Humphrey, who was on the injured reserve list, and a lot of those things we take for granted in this game of football demand a lot of practice time. Green Bay 20-3 over Detroit in the second quarter, and Brent Musburger will have all the scores and highlights for you, along with Irv Cross at halftime, and that feature about Warren Moon, who becomes a free agent in March. You may end up watching him in the National Football League next year. Do you think they can fine us for tampering if we say that?
I doubt it.
He has won 5 straight Grey Cups for that Edmonton team. That is, he was quarterback.
Well, I saw him on television. I mentioned it once before, and I tell you, he is very, very impressive. I don't know who the backs were on defense, but he was zinging the ball in there and doing a good job of throwing it all over the field. 3rd down and 8 for New York. 3-man rush for the Eagles. Running play to Woolfolk. He ended up working for about 4 yards. It's 4th down. The Eagles call another timeout. They have none left. And we have, well, they didn't call a timeout. They let the clock run down, don't they? Ray Ellis made that tackle. And the Giants will let the clock run all the way down, take a penalty. This is silly. They need the timeout. I can't understand why they don't call a timeout. They need the timeout. It's still running. Look at that. The Giants will take a penalty. I think they want to hang those up on a bulletin board at halftime. Say we still got some timeouts left. We still have one. What are we going to do with it? 30-second clock still has 10 seconds to go. It's incredible. And if you don't use it in the first half... I'll be darned, here they snap the ball. That's amazing. It is taken by Shira. He's down at his 45-yard line with 8 seconds left in the half. There's another flag down. You know, the other thing about it, Jack, is they must think that if you don't use it in the first half, you can use it in the second and wind up with 4. And then the dumb thing was that the Giants snapped the ball when they still had 9 seconds left on the 30-second clock. Doesn't make much sense. The tackle was made by John Tuggle. The Eagles have no timeouts, and this penalty will be assessed. And a 34-yard punt by Jennings.
Illegal block on the receiving team, number 35.
Well, unless we have a dynamite play here, why, we're going to have a 13-0 halftime score in favor of the Giants.
And again, as badly as the Eagles are playing, they're still just two plays out of this game, Jack. 2 plays.
They still have only, well, they have 1 timeout left, and they still have made only 1 first down. Just 1. Pizarczyk is the quarterback. Look at that coverage. It was darn near caught with it all as it went off the hands of a defensive player intended for Tony Woodruff. And that 8 seconds took care of that pass took care of the 8 seconds remaining. So 2 field goals by Ali Haji Sheik, an 11-yard touchdown run by Butch Woolfolk, and the Giants try to split with the Eagles and the lead here at halftime. Well, the Eagles are going to have to pull it together, Hank. They have only 1 first down in the first half.
Yeah, the only thing that the selling job that the coach has to do at halftime is to make them realize that they had very bad field position the whole first half. They got to come back in the second half and make something happen with better field position.
Brett Nerve coming up here at halftime. We're back here at Veterans Stadium in Philadelphia. Neither team has returned to the field as yet. The Giants are the first to appear. Giants anxious to get back out there as they're out in front. 2 field goals, both at 26 yards. An 11-yard run by Butch Woolfolk, and the Giants lead 13-0. Stadium. The next assignment for the Giants, who lead here at 13-0 at the half, will be a trip out to Los Angeles to play the Raiders. And the next action for Philadelphia, they'll be going to Washington. There's Wilbert Montgomery. What a big difference when he plays or doesn't play. He's appeared twice, but only as a flanker in this game.
Well, they have a run personality. They came into the season with the idea and expectation of having a very good offensive line and a very good running attack. They lose Wilbert Montgomery early in the season. He hasn't been able to play. They thought maybe he was going to play some today. He was in 1 series. He's got a bad knee, and kept thinking that it'd be much better before now, but he's still not ready to play. And very frankly, they don't know when he's going to be ready to play.
He comes out one day and he practices. The next day he can't practice. Look at that, the halftime. 11-1 on first downs, and look at the yards rushing. That's what we're talking about with Montgomery.
Yeah, it's really been amazing, especially when we talked to both coaches. And Bill Parcells thought that they were going to run the ball and be able to run it well, and so did the Philadelphia Eagles. They thought they were going to be able to run very well. They haven't been able to do anything, but I think in all fairness, again, Jack, the field position of the Eagles has really been atrocious.
And now that they're behind, why, they can't afford to run too much, although unless they start off with that philosophy, Hank, in the second half and say, we are going to run and get back into this game.
Well, the thing they have to do, they have to first of all get out of the soup, and you have halfway decent field position so that they can open up their attack and make something happen. But as I mentioned earlier, the amazing thing is that they're only 2 plays from being back in the game.
You saw Major Everett. He is standing inside the 5. Ozzie Sheik booms it down to the rookie. Everett took it on the 2, fumbled it again, back to the 10. Ooh, big hit at the 20-yard line. Wow, what a big hit that was. It looked like Steinfeld, along with Tuggle. No, it was Tuggle who got an armful of Everett and knocked him down at the 20-yard line. Jaworski feels not too good as Pizarczyk goes in to quarterback, or an 18-yard return. Thursday, it's the Cardinals. They're 4-1-1 in their last 6 games, and the Cowboys are 4-1 in their last 5 games. The game is in Dallas, and you see the action commencing at 3:30 on Thanksgiving Day. And here is Michael Williams trying to run, and he's taken down by Mark Haynes, the cornerback, who really forced it. Well, they had their mind made up to run, but nothing happened.
Well, they ran out to the open side, and they missed a block. Mike Quick doesn't block the cornerback at all, doesn't touch him, and for that reason, he comes up, Mark Haynes, number 36, and makes the tackle.
And a flag is being discussed.
Illegal formation on the offense. Decline the penalty.
The penalty is declined, and the Giants will accept the loss on the play of 5 yards. The Eagles are off on the wrong foot. Quick comes to the left, along with Tony Woodruff. Haddix in the backfield. it out to the tight end, Vito Cab. Hooray, say the fans here in Philly.
And that time they had good field position. Taylor was blitzing from the outside that time. And in spite of that, UB Oliver was able to block him. And he had plenty of time to throw the ball, stepped and threw very, very well. Watch it. That's what you have to do. If you got to be able to step and throw if you're going to complete passes. Look at it. He's got good protection. Taylor goes beyond the play, and he gets the ball right on the money to Vito Cash.
Ball is to the Eagle 35 and a first down. UB Oliver is the fullback. Fullback gets the ball, and he stretches out to the 39. 4 yards. Brian Kelly wrote him down.
You know, Jack, this is not a second guess, but I'm very surprised that Jaworski did not start the second half. You know, a guy like him who has won as much as he has and has been as successful, very rarely does a quarterback as good as Jaworski have 4 bad quarters. He might have one, but he's going to come back and play very well, and I'm surprised that they didn't start him in the second half.
Zarchik completed 10 out of 18 prior to today. Running play is good for a couple of yards. A flag is thrown as Haddock stumbled and fell. What is it this time? Procedure? Boy, it's amazing the things that can jump up and get you in this game.
It's amazing, you know. And here's Ron Jaworski. And he was very excited about the game yesterday when we talked to him individually. And as we talked about it, he said he'd like to be able to throw the ball 40 times. He thought they could move the ball well. They haven't had much
Illegal
success.
formation on the offense. Tackle on the end of the line.
They haven't had much success running the football without Montgomery, so they thought maybe they would throw the ball more, but they haven't.
You must have an eligible receiver playing outside the tackle on the line of scrimmage. Either that or report to the official that the tackle is eligible, and the penalty makes it second down and 11. And who's going to win that game with Green Bay leading Detroit by 10 in the third quarter? Second down. Haddock is wrestled down by the rookie Leonard Mitchell. Had some help, too.
See, that was that counter play. It's exactly the same play that the New York Giants are running, except they're not executing it very well. They had penetration. They had a slow leak right off the bat from Leonard Mitchell, the defensive right end, who got penetration, and also Harry Carson. Anytime you try to run outside and you don't keep all the defensive people on the line of scrimmage, there's no way you're going to make yardage. And for that reason, they failed on that last play.
Third down and 14. Well, the Eagles here on this drive picked up their second first down of the afternoon. Now they're stymied again. Third and 14.
See if they blitz them again. Here they come. There's Taylor.
Blitz is on. A two-time Taylor, and the pass is incomplete. They picked up the blitz, but Zarchik threw incomplete. Try to get it out to Alvin Hoover.
They know he's not gonna stray from the pocket, and they put the beat on him, and it's very, very difficult when they know you're going to throw the ball to keep him out of there. They haven't been able to do it so far, and that's why I'm surprised that Jaworski is not in the game.
This will be the 7th punt by Roniger, and back to get it, Pete Shaw at his 25. Pressure. Fair kick. Shaw comes up, takes it on the 35, 40, and to the 44. So the Giants get good field position on their first possession of the second half. John Shira made the tackle. 35-yard punt. There's Dan Pastorini. He's the other quarterback of the Philadelphia Eagles. Here the Giants start at their 44-yard line, and there goes Woolfolk. And he is out to the 46-yard line. So he got only a couple. And he ran into Jerry Robinson and Reggie Wilkes. Watch number 71, the nose guard.
Yeah, he overreacts to the play, over-pursues, and cuts back behind. And Woolfolk is able to get through there for a nice gain.
The Eagles have allowed 166 yards rushing per game. And only 1 yard by Woolfolk that time. And Jerry Robinson, another tackler, along with Reggie Wilkes once again. Total offense, Woolfolk is almost, well, he's more than double the output of the Eagles. In the third quarter, and it's 13-0 Giants.
And New York has been able, the Giants have been able to run much more successfully to their left than they have been to the right.
John Missler checks in, the third wide receiver, along with Floyd Eddings, Greenard Wilson, and Randy Logan, the extra backs for the Eagles.
With the defense like it is, they're going to have to do something over the middle.
There it is over the middle and hauled down for a first down. A very good catch by Missler. Got that one like a baseball outfielder in heavy traffic between Hopkins and Edwards.
Looked like he had a baseball glove on the way he caught that one. But see, they double cover the outside receiver. For that reason, the inside is there. They cross with the receivers. And there you see Missler, number 85, catching the ball right about the hash mark area. And that's the vulnerable spot in that zone defense.
That was 3rd and 7, and Brunner hooked up with Missler.
They haven't rolled out for a while. They had pretty good success doing that early in the game, where they fake inside and then roll.
Gray in motion, and here comes Woolfolk. All down from behind. The linebacker got in there. Anthony Griggs out of Ohio State. A loss of 4.
And Anthony used to be the outside enforcer when he was an outside linebacker. Now he's an inside linebacker, and he calls himself the inside enforcer. There you see him get through there. There's a blitz on the play, gets through the crack in good shape, gets penetration, and makes the tackle. A good-looking play by number 58, the inside enforcer, Anthony Griggs.
Yeah, so he's not a linebacker. He's an enforcer. 2nd down and 14.
They've run that counter play on this long yardage situation several times. Here they're rolling out. There you go.
And it is in there. A flag is thrown. An interception. Pass intended for Woolfolk, picked off by the linebacker, Reggie Wilkes.
Pass interference on a play, though, Jack. Reggie Wilkes pushed him in the back while the ball was in the air, and there has to be pass interference on Reggie Wilkes, number 51. At least I think that's what they're going to call.
He got the ball, but in an illegal fashion, evidently. And that'll be an automatic first down at the Philadelphia 42.
Defense, pass interference, 51, first down.
And they argue about it, but the Eagles can't do anything right.
Watch number 51 going. Watch, he rolls to the left. Then he throws back across the grain. Let's see if we see Wilkes there. Yes, there you see him. He makes contact while the ball is in the air on Butch Woolfolk, and for that reason, pass interference, they got a first down.
At the 42 of the Eagles. Reverse to Eddings. Brunner with a block. Eddings gets inside the 40. Got about 3 yards. They stayed at home, and Wes Hopkins, the safety man, stopped the play. We have a score of another game for you. 13-0 here in favor of the Giants, and Cleveland continues to blank New England 23-0.
Well, Sam Bertigliano has to feel good about that. He used to coach at New England, so he feels good, I'm sure, about the way things are going so far.
Reverse to the Eagles 39. We played 6 minutes here in the 3rd quarter. Carries down inside the 35-yard line, and a strong run by Malcolm Scott, the rookie, number 80, after catching the ball. Carried Ray Ellis with him.
They like Scott very, very much. He's 6'4", 238, and played extremely well for LSU during his collegiate days. He's number 5 draft choice, drafted this year, number 5 in 1983.
And Bill Parcells said he's trying to get him in the lineup more and more. 3rd and 2. The Eagles' 34-yard line. Mulledy in motion. And he caught the ball for a first down. Is it good? Yeah, it is good. Down to the 31-yard line with Joel Williams covering.
That time they flooded the zone that time, Jack. They had 3 receivers on the left side and tried to throw a very high percentage kind of a pass to Mulledy, number 81, and throw it right on the money, and they had the necessary yardage for the first down. A good call.
A good throw by Brunner and a good catch by Mulledy to the 31-yard line. I see what you mean, Hank. tank about Woolfolk. He drives straight ahead. He's a lot different runner than when he tries to come outside.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, when he tries to run sideways, he's not nearly as decisive. When his shoulders are turned to the sideline, he is not nearly as effective as he is when they're turned straight upfield.
A good tackle by Reggie Wilkes, the outside linebacker, number 51 of the Eagles. A very good one. Talking about the Eagles, they miss Montgomery and Spagnola. They're tied in most of all on offense. And they miss Franklin Master on defense. He's on the injured reserve. Williams in motion, and here comes Woolfolk. Read that one good, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
Long run by Woolfolk. Run out by Ray Ellis.
I tell you something, Gordon King, number 72, the right tackle, pulled to his left, and he really smashed somebody over there on the left side. But Woolfolk read it very, very well, came back to the right side, and now they have a first down right about the 18-yard line. Good run.
Hey, look at this. Minnesota, tied with Green Bay, is ahead of Pittsburgh, and that'll help the Cleveland cause, and Cleveland could get back within 2 games of the Steelers. First down at the 18. Woolfolk is rushed for 128. 129. 130 yards for Woolfolk. The Giants are doing a good job of hanging on to the ball, keeping it away from the Eagles. Jerry Robinson with another tackle, along with Greg Brown.
You know, the other thing that's hurt the Giants so much this year is the fact they fumbled 25 times, Jack, and lost 20 of them. Boy, that's murder.
Ball is to the Philadelphia 15. Walter Payton, we're told, has passed O.J. Simpson, the all-time rushing list. He's third behind Jim Brown and Franco Harris. Woolfolk again. There's a hole, and he slides through it down near the 11-yard line. Kind of looked like he missed a beat, Hank, if he'd hit that hole a little bit more quickly.
Well, he took a step to the right, Jack. It was a counter play again, see, and that's going to be a little delay. They want to get the linebackers moving in one direction and then run behind them, and it looks like a little slower play because of that step that he takes to one side or the other.
Miami way ahead, 31-0 in the third quarter over Baltimore. Third down and 4 for the Giants. What are they going to do? A throw here with Missler in motion. Nope, it's Woolfolk again. He's down near the 10, not enough for a first down. 4th and a yard and a half coming up. Joel Williams with the tackle. Field goal time, and of course this will change it considerably when you go from 13 to 16 to nothing. If Haji Sheik, who is 2 out of 3 today, can make another. The player shaken up. The clock is stopped with 5:15 left in the third quarter. Anthony Griggs, the linebacker, number 58, is being tended to.
You know, people ask about this defense of the Philadelphia Eagles and wonder why they're not playing well defensively. They're just not responding quickly enough to the blocks.
Anthony Griggs wobbles off the field here, and Ali Haji Sheik prepares for a field goal. This will be a 27-yard try. He's kicked 2 from 26. Bruner holding. 1 for a team record, as you saw, and he makes it good. Runs the score to 16-0 with 4:55 left in the third quarter. The third field goal of the day for Ali Haji Sheik.
2 of college football's most explosive offenses will be on display when Walter Lewis leads Alabama against Doug Flutie and Boston College. NCAA football Friday on CBS Sports.
46 yards and 13 plays, and the Giants kept the ball for more than 7 minutes. And there is Major Everett waiting for the kick from this fellow who just broke the Giant single-season field goal record. Pete Gogolak kicked 22 back in 1970. Haji Sheik just got his 23rd. He didn't hit this one clean, and it's taken at the 12. To the 20 comes Everett to the 26-yard line. Eagles go from there, and the quarterback is going to be Pizarchik. Pete Shaw made the tackle. Next week is a doubleheader day on CBS television. These Eagles travel to Washington to play the Redskins. You know how well Washington is playing, a record of 9-2 at the moment. And the other game will be the Giants at the Raiders. Now, you folks in New York will see only this game. It's a doubleheader game next Sunday on CBS. All starts at 12:30 Eastern. From the 26, Pizarchik. First down pass to the sideline. Well thrown and quick. Has it. Out of bounds. That's right. He was in midair when he crossed the sideline. Nice quick cover by Bill Courier.
Well, I tell you, he whistled this. That was a play-action pass, and he threw the ball out in front, and as you can see in the picture, the feet did not touch. Both feet have to be in bounds before he goes out. They did not touch, and for that reason, the official made a good call.
Second down and 10 from the 26. 4:39 left in the third quarter. Pizarchik out of New Mexico State. Maddox and Oliver in the backfield. The blitz is on, and the pass is incomplete. Harry Carson was zipping up the middle, and he tried to get it out to Oliver. 3rd and 10. Have you ever seen such a sputtering offense, Hank?
No, it's really been terrible. It really has been. And this is the first time they've had any kind of field position all afternoon, and they take the ball out to the 26, Jaworski. You know, the thing that happens in a situation like this, Jack, when you take out your number 1 quarterback and don't put him back in the game, you hurt that situation tremendously, because if they're going to win, they're going to have to win with Jaworski. They can't win the other way.
Well, Philadelphia has tried to make a first down 7 times, and they haven't made any on 3rd down. 3rd and 10, Philadelphia.
You know, the Eagles went 18 consecutive times a couple of weeks ago without making a first down on 3rd down. They used the shotgun. Now they abandoned the shotgun, and in the last 2 games, they were 52% on 3rd down. Now they're back to their old trick.
Heavy rush, and Pizarchik is buried, and a flag goes down. I don't know if there's holding or face mask. It's one of the two. George Martin broke through along with Andy Hedden. Martin back in the lineup after some injuries. That was a 3rd down and 10 play. So if the penalty is against the Eagles, it'll be declined.
Holding offense. Decline the penalty. 64, 4th down.
The call against Dean Maraldi on the hold.
Here you see it. Here you see it again. There you see Hedden coming in there, number 54, and also pressure from the opposite side, number 75, Martin.
Boy, they bopped him pretty good.
Oh, he has no chance. They have no chance whatsoever to get rid of the football.
There's a good kick by Runiger, taken on the 28 by Pete Shaw, trying to get outside, but that was sealed off, and he returned near the 37-yard line. So the Giants get the ball back. The Eagles can't do a thing. 4:17 left in the 3rd quarter. 53-yard punt. Harold Carmichael has not played all day.
We asked about why he wasn't going to play, and they just said simply that he just dropped too many balls.
Ball from the 37. Woolfolk comes to the 40. He got 3. With 4:10 left in the 3rd quarter, and the Giants leading 16-0. Philadelphia tackler was Ray Ellis. He's made numerous tackles today.
You know, the other thing is, you watch the Philadelphia team play, you can understand with bad field position that has a bearing, but they certainly have not played with any emotion at all, have they, Jack? They've been very, very flat. They walk on and off the field, and they're not a very inspired-looking football team, are they?
No, you watch their films, Hank, and you say, what, they can't get off the blocks? They can't avoid the blocks?
No, they're just not. Some of those people are not just quick enough to respond from the blocks. Talking about the run.
There's Brunner throwing the ball out of bounds on 2nd down. Flag goes down. Now that ball was uncatchable, but let's see what the flag is about. It was Ernest Gray and Wes Hopkins battling there, and Gray is complaining it's probably against him.
No pass interference. He couldn't catch the football.
The pass was uncatchable, so whereas it could have been interference, it is not. Ken Clark, meanwhile, hit Scott Brunner as he threw the ball, and it's 3rd down.
And here again, that's a young rookie mistake. Hopkins had no business even trying to go after him, because he had no chance to make the play anyhow. All right, watch the hit here by Brunner. Woolfolk blocking on the play, misses. Look at the shot. from the right side, number 71, Ken Clark. Whew, man, that's a good hit.
The only one who watches that is the quarterback's wife and mother.
Well, she doesn't like to look at it either, I guarantee it.
Third down, 3rd and 7. Bruner is tackled at the 40, and it's time for the Giants to punt. Greg Brown stayed with him, number 98. He's playing with a little emotion.
Yeah, he's playing with a lot of emotion. He really is.
Well, they need something like that to get things going for these Eagles, either on offense or defense.
Yeah, this is the first start. You know, the funny thing about Brown is his daddy drives a taxi cab in Washington, rides around with a cowboy hat, wanting people to ask about whether he's a Dallas Cowboy fan, and they ask him about that. He said, no, but my son plays for the Philadelphia Eagles.
That opens the gates. He tells them everything about his kid.
Yeah.
His height, his weight, where he went to school.
That's right. Then he pulls out the clippings and goes to work.
Here's Jennings with a punt. Oh, and well, I thought that would get a flag, sure as heck, but it didn't. And the ball rolls free down inside the 15, down to the 10. Jennings going to get some good yards down. Look at that ball. It's got a string on it, I think. It's down to the 5-yard line. Ray Ellis made some contact with Jennings, but there was no flag, and the ball rolls dead at the 5-yard line. Looked like somebody had a string on that 55-yard punt. Now watch it here. Did he get him? Sure did.
Yeah, he touched him. Yeah, he sure did. And of course, Jennings did a good job of acting. But I don't think they want the ball back. They got him in a soup here. They got him in a pretty good position.
There's one of the great athletes in the game. He's not just a punter. That guy can do a lot of things athletically and a wonderful person.
Did you see him last year? We did a game last year, 2 years ago. He kicked the ball from the center without catching it. Just kicked it in the air. Remember that on the penalty?
Ball is at the 5-yard line. And let's see, a false start. That'll be half the distance. Take it back to the 2.5. The quarterback is Pizarchik. This is something, isn't it?
Well, he is.
On the quarterback.
You can rationalize these things all you want, but a professional football team at this stage of the season shouldn't be making those kind of mistakes, Jack.
They beat Philadelphia. They beat Philadelphia. They beat Denver. They beat Atlanta. And they beat the Giants.
Yeah, they've been in a lot of very close games. They've lost a lot of close games. They've just been blown out of one, and that's the Dallas game.
And look at here. Minnesota ahead of the Steelers. Maddox running short of the 5-yard line on first down.
Well, Minnesota lost 3 games in a row. They don't lose that many very often, and they're coming back off that loss. Talking to Bart Starr a week ago, he said that, the great thing about Minnesota, they respond to adversity as well as any team that I've seen, and this evidently is a good example of it. After losing last week to them, they come right back and play in Pittsburgh.
You saw the Bears are leading Tampa Bay as Chicago tries to win their 5th game of the year. Steve Hardison and Harry Carson made that last tackle. It is second down, 10.5. Pass play. And it is no good. Out of bounds. Out of bounds to Quick.
And Pizarchik really hung that up there beautifully. Boy, if he has time to throw the ball, he's got a terrific arm. Has any kind of protection, he's going to get the ball downfield. That time he threw it a mile. But the only problem was that Mike Quick did not give himself enough room on the sideline to make the play, and he was out of bounds when the ball was caught.
Terry Kennard and Terry Jackson covering.
Yeah, look, he runs right by him. There's double coverage. But see, he didn't give himself enough room. The ball was thrown a little bit outside. It was thrown a little bit outside, and forced him outside. But in spite of that, he still did not give himself enough room.
Third down and 10. A good defensive play was made by Terry Kennard, the rookie from Clemson. He just got there. And now the Eagles will have to punt from the end zone.
Now here we see throwing, you talk about piercing the zone, throw the ball between the hash mark and the numbers. Look at that. Right on the hash mark, trying to hit the seam. And Terry Kennard, the young rookie, came over there in good shape. The ball was thrown just a little bit too late.
This is the 9th punt of the day for Runniger. That's how busy the Giant defense has been. They wisely stay away. Runniger booms it out to Shaw at the 43. Left, he comes to midfield, the 45-40, 35-yard line, and down to the 32. A flag is down. The flag is down, folks. Giants are celebrating a little prematurely.
You ought to see the block Byron Hunt, number 57, made. Boy, did he give somebody a shot. And it was a good block. It wasn't a clip. It was a good block.
But somebody else did something wrong. Cranack was downfield for the Eagles to make the tackle after that 54-yard punt from the end zone by Runiger.
You know, it's amazing, talking about the Eagles, they've had the ball 11 times, 11 possessions, and only on 2 occasions have they had the ball beyond the 20-yard line, once to the 26 and once to the 35.
Well, they've had the ball 11 times, and they've punted 9 times.
Yeah, that's just an illustration. They haven't been able to do anything, and there's a good picture of Bill Parcells giving instructions.
He's talking to one of the officials, talking to the line judge. Parcells is a little steamed about something, isn't he? Bill Reynolds is his conversationalist down there. Where are you going to put the ball down, Ben?
There's no penalty. The flag was thrown on the defensive team, so there's no penalty.
Now Parcells says, no, put some yards on there. Now they're going to mark off some yards. Ben Dreith is the referee with the ball. He's taking the Sunday afternoon walk, isn't he?
He's walking a dog a little bit.
Would you like to take a walk? Now there is a penalty. Come on, Ben, tell us all about it, will you? Come on over. You better tell Marion Campbell what's shaking.
He looks like he's a little upset now. He's smiling a little bit, looks like, but he looks like he might be a little upset about what's happening. Because they seem to be very confused, very honestly.
We better not put a microphone down there. We may hear something we don't want to hear. We'll do it in pantomime here.
Better not put one on the coaches either.
Is he quitting or what? Is he going in the dressing room or what?
He's coming over to get a sandwich, I think.
No, he's going to tell everybody upstairs what's going on. He's going to call home.
Yeah, if he's going to call home, I don't see him pull out his credit card.
He's calling home, see if his wife wants him to bring some live lobster back from Philadelphia. Now, where does the ball end up? He's down inside the 50, 45. It's going to be from the spot of the penalty, the infraction.
There's 40, down to the...
I don't know who made the infraction, though, Hank.
Well, he said there was no infraction. There was no infraction.
He said there was a penalty against the defense. Okay, Ben. Let's kick it over, man, or do something.
No, we might have the same problem. Take another 5 minutes to try to figure out what happened.
Now look at Parcells.
Down on a 33.
There you are. See, there's no penalty on the play.
So the ball goes to the 33, and that's where he returned that 22-yard return to the 33-yard line. Okay. First down for the Giants, who are in great shape. There goes Woolfolk. A block by Scott, but somebody else came up. Harvey Armstrong, the nose guard, number 96, and made the hit, a gain of only a yard. With it all, we're down to 1 minute and 25 left in the third quarter. And we have a couple of scores. The Raiders ahead of Buffalo, and that could knock Buffalo out of that tie because Miami is winning their game, and Cleveland apparently is going to beat New England today. 30-0 fourth quarter. 140 yards for Woolfolk on 36 carries. Right there, isn't it? A slant-in pattern is good for a Giant first down to the 16-yard line as he got it to Ernest Gray. And Roynell Young covered him.
The defensive backs of Philadelphia have been playing about 10, 11 yards off the receivers, and for that reason, they ought to be able to throw the ball like that whenever they want to. Here he goes back in the pocket, throws a slant pass inside of the defensive back, number 43, Roynell Young, right on the money.
He really got up on his toes and drilled the ball, didn't he?
Well, that kind of a ball you have to throw at the numbers. You want to make sure you throw it below the shoulder pass, because if it bounces off, it's going to go to the ground instead of ricocheting off and being an interception.
The ball was run for a yard by Woolfolk. Griggs made the tackle. And Kevin Belcher made the original block that got him past the line of scrimmage, but only a yard. And now we're coming up to the end of the quarter. That's the end of the third quarter with a score. The Giants 16, the Eagles nothing. We pause for a word from your local station. Giants trying to figure out a way to deliver the coup de grace here this afternoon. They have it at the 15, second down and 9. Leading 16-0 as we start the fourth quarter. Bruner drops it off short, and the play is still alive, and it is close to a first down. It was the rookie tight end, Malcolm Scott. Had he kept his feet, he would have walked right in.
You know, that's a play-action fake that time, Jack, and the tight end's responsibility is to fake like he's going to block down on the defensive end, and then he gets up and comes across on the other side of the field. Good pass protection that time. The ball was thrown a little bit too out in front. He had to dive for the ball, and for that reason wasn't able to keep his feet. Had he been able to keep his feet, he'd gone in for the touchdown. Bruner
is squalled out at 24 for 108 yards, and it's third down and a foot. Third down and a foot. Tuggle is in the backfield with Woolfolk. And Tuggle gets a first down and a touchdown. And the Philadelphia fans cheer. A 6-yard run by John Tuggle, and that's his first professional touchdown. The rookie out of California.
Well, they had a good takeoff that time. You're talking about moving a pile. Look at it. Good movement on the part of the offensive line, and Tuggle goes right in there for the touchdown, number 38. And they get another 6.
How much is 16 and 6?
I don't know. Going to have to get the computer out.
22-0 with Haji Sheik trying to add the extra point. And the score is 23-0. Who would have expected this? 14:09 left in the game, and it's been all Giants. John Tuggle now playing on the special teams. Just got a 6-yard run for his first professional touchdown. And it makes the score 23-0 here as Haji Sheik will kick it off to Major Everett. A line drive. And a good bounce. 23, 24-yard line. A tackle by Tuggle, about whom we were just talking, number 38. So he's been a big part of things lately, and Lawrence Taylor says, nice going, kid. A 21-yard return.
Watch number 38. John Tuggle. Here you see him come into the middle, almost get hit in the backside, but he stays with it and makes the tackle from the backside. A good play by Tuggle, number 38.
He got away from Ellis, and he made the hit. The ball's at the 24. Zarchuk is still the quarterback. The pass to the 30-yard line, good for some Philadelphia yards to Vito Cabb, the tight end, number 84. You ask Philadelphia people what's wrong with your team, and they'll tell you. Wilbur Montgomery and John Spagnola, and Frank Lemaster primarily.
That's the problem, Jack. You know, you have to have good depth. At every level of competition, you better have good depth. And teams like Dallas have their deep as the Pacific Ocean, and it makes a big difference.
Second down and 3. First down. The Eagles get one of their few first downs here this afternoon. Catching the ball was Tony Woodruff. Harry Carson, the tackler. Hooray, say the fans. That's their third first down.
The other thing is, Jack, even, they're behind 23-0. They've got to try to get back into this ball game as quickly as they possibly can. It would be a good idea, really, to go into their hurry-up offense. Try to make something happen. You've got to do something.
Yeah, we only have 13 minutes left in the game. First down at their 36 for the Eagles. Woodruff, the wide receiver to the right, along with Cook.
Blitz again.
Uh-oh. There's a flag. And we've got a call coming up. Haddock's the intended receiver, and Lawrence Taylor couldn't stay away from it. That'll be a first down for the Eagles.
Yeah, he gave him a shot while the ball was in the air. Good call by the official.
Well, that's the fourth Eagle first down of the day.
Number 56, that's a first down.
The ball of the Eagle, 47.
It was I see another shot of him, but he overpowers him. He gets contact with him before the ball, while the ball is in the air, and that's a penalty. That's a no-no.
Taylor got headaches. 5 penalties against New York, 7 against the Eagles. Is he going to get up? He was really walloped by Terry Kennard, and amazingly, Cab gets to his feet, and down to the other end, Pizarczyk was also walloped.
Yeah, Kennard was a free safety on the play, and once the ball was thrown, that safety band can cover about 20 yards while the ball's in the air.
Ooh.
He got there right about the time the ball was...
Now down to the other end, look what happened to the quarterback.
Yeah, look at Pizarczyk. Watch the shot he gets. Look at Martin going to the outside, and he finally gets hit from the right side. Boy, what a shot by the right end. Leonard Mitchell, I think.
Pizarczyk is 5 out of 15, and a whistle stops play. And the clock with 12:38 left in the game.
And that might have been Casey Merrill, too, Jack. I just saw the 7. I didn't see the other part of the number, but it was a good shot.
False start, quarterback.
The ball is at the Eagle 42, and it's 2nd and 15. 12:38 left in the game, and Miami obviously is going to beat Baltimore 37-0. Fourth quarter, and Miami will be 8-4, and Baltimore is 6-6. Second down. Here they come again. The Giants are blitzing. Mr. Kelly got in there, along with others, Casey Merrill. That's the 4th sack of the Philadelphia quarterback. They got Jaworski once.
Here they go again. Number 75 rushing from the outside. Now you see Carson going inside, and a shot from the outside by Casey Merrill. Number 71 also got good penetration on the play.
You think they'll blitz on 3rd and 25?
Yeah, they know where he's going to be. They know he can't escape the blitz, and they're just going to go after him, and they're not picking up well enough, especially at this stage of the game where they know they have to throw the ball to get back in the game.
4-man rush. Drops it off to Oliver. He's got a long way to go, and he's out of bounds, way short of a first down.
Another flag down on the play.
Leonard Mitchell was holding number 74 against the Eagles, but the Giants will decline the penalty and get the ball on the punt.
We might add that Mitchell came into the Eagle organization as a defensive player, and now is playing offensive tackle, and he's had quite a difficult time here this afternoon in his first start at offensive tackle.
You know, earlier when the official came to the sideline, they looked at our television replay.
Number 74, decline a penalty. That's 4th down.
Leonard, they got you, kid. He's out of Houston. There's Pete Shaw awaiting the punt from Runniger. He's been the busiest man in the park this afternoon. This is his 10th punt. Getting better and better. He's had a lot of practice. Out to the 12. Shaw is out of bounds.
You know, I had a good session with him yesterday, Max Runniger, and he talked about the fact that when he tries to kick the ball out of bounds, he invariably tries to kick it to the right because for some reason his ball turns over and bounces right.
There's a little altercation over here on the sideline. Nothing came of it. A flag was thrown. We'll see if anything is marked off. That referee can get angry, man. He can get hot.
I tell you, the other thing is when he speaks, the rest of them listen.
He's big and tough. Good referee. 11:48 left. And a penalty against the receiving team, the Giants. A little march music. Back to the 6.
Illegal use of the hands, illegal block, number 36 on the receiving team.
Well, the Giants are all the way back to their 6-yard line. Let's watch it. That's Haynes trying to push Everett out of the way after the 50-yard punt.
Yeah, he got caught in the act.
From the 6, Woolfolk. Ellis knocks it down, and the Eagles have the ball. The Eagles have the ball. stripped him of the ball. Woolfolk lost it. Brown got it. Now we'll check the flag. Now what, Brent, Ben? Holding against the Eagles.
Well, that's amazing, isn't it?
After Woolfolk fumbled and Brown had gotten the ball, the penalty is marked off. It'll be an automatic first down on defensive holding. There's a fella in the Philadelphia lineup right now, number 53, Greg Scholes, that we want to mention while we're here because they tell us...
Number 53 of the defensive team tackled another guy so his man could get the football. That's illegal. 5 yards, first down.
Well, it was Jody Scholes, according to the referee, number 53. Now, they tell us he is going to be a big part of this Eagle organization. He is from East Carolina, a rookie. He's been injured, but when he plays, they say he makes the sparks fly.
Yeah, they like him a lot, and of course he's 6'4" and 235. So he should play a big part, as tall as he is.
Ball has been marked down on the New York 15, and this game is disintegrated. 11:40 left. 23-0 Giants. And they have a first down. Joe Morris in the backfield. The guy from Syracuse is good for about a yard. As which Woolfolk gets a breather. Ray Ellis with another tackle, number 24. Joe Morris is 5'7", 195. Bill Parcells, you saw the clock, 11:20 left in the game. Second down and 9. More like second and 8. Morris again, outside. And knocked down after crossing the 20-yard line by Herman Edwards. We have one score of another game. The Bills are making a comeback move, but they trail the Raiders by 14 in the fourth quarter. And that's going to put Miami out in front. And Pittsburgh makes it close in the fourth quarter. They trail by 3. There'll be some thrilling finishes around the league. It is third down and 4 for the Giants at their 21.
I tell you, Chuck Nola's done a great job with that football team, losing all the people they lost, plus Terry Bradshaw. Remarkable that they're in a good position that they are.
Woolfolk is back in there, carries the ball on third down. The Giants didn't want to put it up, and Woolfolk gets him a first down. Ken Clark, the tackler, and there is the bad syndrome the Eagles have had all year. They cannot stop the run. You think Regan's going to have a good time against them next week?
He's licking his chops, I'm sure. He'll lick him once he gets a look at these films. But here again, we see the defense all spread out. He sees a running room in the seam, takes advantage of it, gets upfield as soon as he can, and picks up yardage on the play. But they continue to run that counter play, and they run it very successfully.
38 rushes for Woolfolk on 148 yards. He has been busy. First down at the 27. Here's Joe Morris. He got whacked as he crossed the 30-yard line, but he got about 4 yards. Wes Hopkins met him. That number 48, they tell us he's about the toughest hitter on this Eagle team.
I tell you, he used a shoulder pass. This is what you like to see. Look at the hit. Look at the hit. 48. Watch it come into the picture right here as he gets into the hole. Watch this hit. There he is.
Hello.
Bang. Look at that. Boy, you talk about using the shoulder pads and the helmet. He really gives him a shot.
Joe Morris held on to the ball. Got 4 at second and 6. 9:40 left in the game. Giants ahead 23-0.
The only bad thing about it is he did not wrap him up. Didn't get the arms around him.
Delay to Morris. He's taken down from behind. A strong play by Dennis Harrison, one of the best, number 68. Harrison looks like he just does his job. Nothing fancy, he just buries you. He's 6'8", 275, and he can move. Right at Vanderbilt. Third down and 6.
And they complain about his being a little bit too passive, and he wasn't aggressive enough and all those things. It used to bother me, but he said, it doesn't bother me anymore. He said, I just play the best I possibly can, and whatever they want to say, they can say, I just play.
I guess the Eagles miss Charlie Johnson, don't they?
I suppose they do, Jack, but they, you know, one man certainly is not going to make a difference. Somehow, some way, you still got to manage to play well and win. You can't continue to make excuses for how you play.
That's a first down pass to Missler. Out to the 38. Out to the 44, actually. With Ray Ellis covering. That was a third down play, and Bruner held the ball long enough for Missler to shake loose. And there's Dan Pastorini. They've already used Jaworski and Pizarczyk. And Pastorini, who has recovered from a rotator cuff problem, is loosening up. First down, Joe Morris. Got a couple.
What was that great line about Pastorini? Don Klosterman, they were at the quarterback golf tournament in Hawaii several years ago, and Don Klosterman was talking to Johnny Unitas about how far Pastorini could throw the ball, and he was up on about the 8th floor of the hotel, and he said, watch him, and Pastorini was down below, and he asked him to throw the ball up there, and he did, and Unitas said, yeah, the only problem is, you know, he threw the ball up to the 8th floor, but the receiver was on the 4th floor.
Second down and 8 for the Giants. There's Pastorini when they see him the next time the Eagles get the ball. 7:55 left in the game. The clock is killing Philadelphia. 23-0 New York. Morris to the right. Turns it upfield. Crosses midfield. That's the same play we saw last Monday night with Eric Dickerson of the Rams running the ball.
Well, you see one play like that, somebody has success with it, and everybody thinks, well, we can incorporate it into our style of play. They use it, and they use it the same way, and it's going to work. If you block like you're supposed to block, it's going to work. If you don't, I don't care who you got running the ball, it's not going to work, Jack.
We have a Philadelphia player shaken up. We're going to watch the block of the tight end Zeke Mowat, the rookie out of Florida State, number 84 of the Giants.
Watching number 84 on the right side. Now he's got the linebacker. He's staying with him, and that's what you have to do. You got to just take him any way you can, and he finally gets him to the ground, and he's blocking number 53, Jody Schultz.
And Jody Schultz is the player who is injured. Saturday, college basketball returns to CBS Sports, Kansas at Houston. And this marks the start of the weekly coverage, taking you right to the NCAA tournament, right up through the championship game. And perhaps you heard or read the announcement last week that CBS Sports will be the home of NCAA basketball through the year 1987. And it's an exciting accomplishment for CBS Sports. We hope you'll be with us this Saturday and all the way to Seattle. That's where they'll play the title game in 1984. This is Jody Schultz. Well, a shoulder had him out of action earlier, and now another problem for him. It's too bad. We just told you that the Eagles were looking forward to the day when he could play with some regularity.
That's really the trouble with some of the...
There's Dick Wood, the offensive coordinator, talking to
Pastorini, who was a minute ago.
Yeah.
But that's the trouble with those big, tall, lanky linebackers. They're such a big target, and it's very, very difficult for them to get low enough. They don't bend well, and for that reason, they have a lot of injuries.
Now the Giants have third down and 3 at the Eagle 49 as we resume. They stay on the ground to Morris, and Morris shy about a yard of a first down. 7:10 remaining in the game. Joel Williams, the tackler. Some of these fans have departed, but I'm sure the Giant fans to whom we're talking, Hank, enjoy it.
Yeah, they have to enjoy the way their team has played with all the problems they've had. They've done a very good job here this afternoon, considering the circumstances.
Well, they're going to run for it on fourth down, evidently. 4th and 1, the ball at the Eagle 47. The Eagles been unable to stop the run all season long. There's Bill Parcells, hoping today to get his 3rd win of the year. 4th down.
You know, the big mystery is when you talk to these people, talk to the coaches, talk to the players before the game, and their enthusiasm and their feeling about how well they're going to do and how well they're going to play, and then all of a sudden it comes Sunday and they play this kind of a game. It's hard to figure.
They have taken the penalty. Now they're going to send their punting unit on with Dave Jennings. They let the clock run down to 6.5 minutes remaining. Dave Jennings will punt the ball to John Shara. He's at his 10. High and short. Shira takes it on about the 18, and he's out of bounds. Well, the Eagles go from their 20-yard line. A tackle by Mike Dennis. Wilbert Montgomery's in the backfield, and look who the quarterback is. A name from the past, Dan Pastorini. He's 0 for 3 in passing this year. Sets up and throws, and he missed his man. It was a move by Alvin Hoover that was a little bit short of where the ball flopped down.
He's got to be excited about playing. Talking about Pastorini, he played 2 years ago with the Rams with their starting quarterback. And then, of course, came here last year, didn't play, has had a problem with his shoulder. And he's worked very, very hard. The players like him. They respect him very much. He's got a lot of talent, Jack. He's got a lot of talent, and he's an excellent punter along with it.
Here's our first final of the day. Miami over Baltimore, 37-0, and another Cleveland over New England, 30-0. Oh, Pastorini lost the ball and recovers it. Well, that's the way this Eagle offense, no matter who's been quarterbacking, Jaworski, Pizarchik, or Pastorini, has gone all day long, and it's 3rd down and long.
Boy, nothing is more frustrating from a coaching standpoint to see that happen to your team, especially this late of the season. It shouldn't make any difference who plays quarterback and who plays center. That shouldn't happen at this late stage, Jack.
6 minutes left in the game. The Giants are leading 23-0. A couple more scores for you. There's Marion Campbell, the head coach of the Eagles. In the 4th quarter, Cincinnati leading by 28 over to Houston. In the 4th quarter, the Bears blanking Tampa Bay 27-0. The Eagles have not made a first down on 3rd down all day long. And now a whistle stops play, and the 30-second clock got it.
I'm surprised to see Montgomery in there, Jack. I really am. They didn't play him earlier except on one occasion. But they evidently feel, we've got to find out sometime. Let's find out if he can play.
Delay the game, offense.
And let's see how that leg responds to competition. Evidently, that's the feeling they're going to express here, and just let him try it and see what happens.
3rd down, 17-18, 3rd and 18.
They got to throw the ball with a coverage like it is, Jack, somewhere between the hash marks and the numbers and between the hash marks. If they're going to pick up the yardage, there's a guy right there, overthrows him.
Overthrew his man, tried to get the ball downfield to Mike Quick. But the ball wasn't there, and it's 4th down with 5:35 left. Quick has been stymied. He caught one long pass earlier today, but not much more than that. And Roniger is kicking. How many? Number 11.
11th time. Boy, he's getting a lot of practice. And he's kicking very well, too.
The right is absent. Pete Shaw is the punt return man. Flag goes down as Shaw carries out to the 45. Tackled by the Eagles downfield, Bill Cowher. And we check a flag here. 5:22 left in the game. There's a 47-yard kick and an official's timeout. 5:22 left. The Giants led 13-0 at the half and lead 23-0 now. Well, the officials disregarded that last flag that was thrown, and the play starts at the Giants' 46. John Tuggle in the backfield. He carries the ball and blasts out to midfield. Tuggle got his first touchdown ever in the pros. Is the 3rd tailback they've used. Woolfolk, Morris, Tuggle. They're without Rob Carpenter. Tackled by Jerry Robinson. Well, now Detroit has caught Green Bay. 20-20. Perfect vision in the 4th quarter. And Buffalo trails by 7 in the 4th quarter, so they could catch the Raiders. At the end of the game, all the scores of all the games. Our NFL wrap-up show. 4:45 remaining. They won't throw the ball. No need to. Tuggle, outside, inside. the 45. That'll make it 3rd and short. Tuggle's a pretty big back at 6'1", 210. There's Bill Parcells. He should have a happy short trip back home. Byron Darby made the Eagle tackle. Thanks. Shame to say, this game can't end quickly enough for Philadelphia.
No, it's really been a terrible afternoon. And Marion Campbell there in the picture. And he's got to be more disappointed than anybody because he really thought the team was going to play well this afternoon. You know, the other thing about this Philadelphia Eagle team, I think a lot of times you go into the season with high hopes and expectations. But in the last year and a half before this season, the Philadelphia team only won 7 of 20 games, Jack. They lost 13 of 20.
That was a first down run by Tuggle up over the top. Yeah, so there was a little warning at the end of last year what was going to happen. And then they ended up with a new coach, Marion Campbell, taking over. One of the funny things about it is they're 0-5 here at home. Looks like they're 0-6 now, so the home field advantage means nothing to them. And they've lost 11 out of their last 12 in this part. Greg Brown made that last tackle, but it's another giant first down, 3:20 left. Look at that. Unbelievable. 3 first downs all day for the Eagles. Tuggle tracks to the 40, and he got 3 yards. Hanging on to the ball now is the big item. 3 minutes left, Scott Brunner.
I'll tell you that Malcolm Scott, number 80, he's an impressive tight end. A very good blocker, gets off the ball very quickly, and that time he came in from the outside in and made a block inside. Malcolm Scott, number 80, and really popped somebody inside.
He's big enough to go to work at 6'4", 238 out of LSU. And there's Butch Woolfolk. He put in a pleasant afternoon. Little Joe Morris alongside. Look at that, 152 yards for the former Michigan player.
Well, he's got to like that one-back system because there's nobody else to carry the ball but him.
Tuggle made a nifty little move and got a couple, bringing up 3rd down. And that play is going to take us to the 2-minute warning, and the Eagles are not at all anxious to stop the clock. They trail by the score of 23-0. 3rd down coming up for New York, 3rd and 3. And now we have exactly 2 minutes left in the game. There's Bill Parcells. He has just sent Butch Woolfolk back into the lineup. The Giants have 208 rushing yards today, and they're faced with 3rd and 3 at the Eagle 36-yard line. You Giant fans don't go away because we hope to be able to talk with Butch Woolfolk and Brad Van Pelt when the game is over. Well, today Woolfolk has had, he got about 2 yards, and it's 4th and 1. Probably the Giants will gamble again. Jerry Robinson made the hit for the Eagles. The Eagles will be 4-8. The Giants 3-8-1. It'll extend the losing streak to 6 in a row for Philadelphia and snap the 7-game streak without a win for New York. 2 more carries, and Butch Woolfolk will tie the all-time Giant record for the NFL record for number of rushes. The ball is at the 34. Lost the ball 40 times already. This is 4th down and 1, folks. And Woolfolk dives and gets it. Let's see what kind of forward progress they give him. Well, maybe he didn't. Greg Brown was the tackler. Giant players think they have a first down, and they do. They have it. So if Woolfolk can pull himself together, he can set an all-time record.
And he could probably be able to talk after the game. Listen, the other thing, Jack, is, it's amazing. You talk about unpredictable things that happen. The Giants in the last 7 games prior to this one had 31 turnovers in the last 7 games, and this afternoon they've been very good.
They haven't had any, have they?
Nope.
They lost it one time, but a penalty got it back for them. Woolfolk has carried 41 times, 155 yards. That's 42 times for about 157 yards. He needs 1 more to go into the record book to break the record, or does that do it? And we're down to only 16, 15 seconds. And 10 seconds left, and they're going to run another play. They're going to give it to him 1 more time. 5 seconds left. And a boy, Butch. Nice going, kid. A good day for Woolfolk and the Giants. The Eagle players probably didn't know what that was all about, but they were trying to get Woolfolk into the record book for number of rushes, and they did it. 43 carries. And not only 43 carries, but about 160 yards. We'll figure it up for you in a moment. And a 23-0 final results with the Giants splitting against Philadelphia for the year. And the Eagles have lost 6 in a row. The Giants have won their 3rd game of the season. And they'll prepare to travel and meet the Raiders next week. And you folks will watch that game on CBS. A tough trip coming up for these Eagles. They better get something done before they go play at Washington.
Well, the other thing about it is, Jack, is tough to end the season on such a sour note because then they got 6 months to think about what happened to them in 1983, and they have to do a lot of explaining and then worry about what's going to happen when they come back and wonder whether they can win when they come back.
We'll have a wrap-up shows